Brust and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
It is a great day to be alive on this, what is it, Wednesday? Oh, he's messing me up on that
Wednesday.
short week.
I like the short week.
Turn his mic on, Strophy.
Yeah, I gotta be heard. It's already Wednesday. It's crazy. I kind of like it, though.
It is a Weed Man Wednesday here on Kyle Brust and Nortman. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more. See us on YouTube, as always, at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. And, of course, listen on the all-new ESPN Wisconsin app. All right, well, looks like somebody's got a little manic post Mr. Irrelevant energy today. I think that's our producer, Alex Strofe. What's going on, Strofe?
Hey, fellas, happy Wednesday. It's really good to be with you.
Wow, you let him do his little stupid game, and now he's excited. Moping yesterday, now he's
It's
all
crazy.
happy.
It's crazy.
It's an
Like
emotional roller
you
coaster.
What are you
give
talking
him
about?
a platform to talk.
Yeah.
The day is amazing.
Wait, what stupid game are you referring to, Kyle?
Wheel of Strofe!
Wheel of Strofe!
I don't hear my voice.
How'd
You didn't add Kyle in?
Yeah, you didn't
You
add me.
think it went well? What would you grade Wheel of Strofe?
I think we've got some kinks to work
The
out.
maiden voyage of Wheel of
Right,
Strofe.
naturally, the maiden voyage sometimes will bring you to unseen seas.
Yeah, uncharted territory.
Uncharted territory. That's what
Yeah.
I was going
We're
for.
You're
yeah.
lost at sea. That's
Yeah.
what.
And
And
Based
that
off
was
of
the whole premise of becoming relevant. It was lost at sea. And now we started a new segment, Wheel of Strofe, and it's already lost at sea.
of Strofe. That's the best thing of it.
I mean, we don't even need to add Kyle in there because he feels so much FOMO from Brad and I saying Wheel of Strofe, he jumps in there every time.
Yeah, that's why it's good.
The Wheel of Strofe intro does bring the energy, though. Every time I hear us shouting that.
Breaking news. Tweak the intro.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Are we still shouting, Wheel of Strofe?
Wheel of Strofe!
Yes.
Love it. As long as we keep that.
But I want to play a different game to start the show today.
What games do you want to play, Strofe?
It's time for Baseball Math.
On his way to third is Meyer. The throw is great, and they got him. Oh, what a throw by Sal.
Sponsored by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Explore more at paysbig.com.
Oh, my goodness, Christian Yelich. He walks it off in grand fashion.
Let's talk hardball on KBN.
I don't know who in their right mind would put their name behind Brewers Math, but it was the brave Potawatomi Casino Hotel and their amazing sports book that wants a little Brewers Math. Strofe, I don't know why you want to do Brewers Math right now.
Because
I genuinely am mad at you right now because the Brewers are 4 innings away from being at 6 games in the NFL schedule. Every Brewers 9.5 games is 1 game in the NFL schedule.
But that's the thing.
At the end of this game, we'll be 6 games through the 17-game NFL schedule. And he's doing Brewers math as the Brewers are making a rally right now. They're down 1, first and second, no outs, and we're doing Brewers math right now.
Well, it's truly beautiful when the 9.5 gets divided and you get a full game out of it. It only happens on even games now. So game 2, 4, 6, this is one of those, right? So at the end of this game, we'll be at 6 games in of an NFL season, but I kind of like doing it early because it feels like we're tuning in. It's under 2 minutes to go.
But aren't they 3-3 regardless if they're 1 game above 500?
Probably.
So what's the point of doing it now?
But it's
It's
a
a
big
thrill.
2-minute drive. See, look, I was a Brewers math doubter, hater, and, well, I wanted to kill it. I wanted to be a Brewers math murderer, frankly. And now,
strong. Wow, that's
now I have repented. I have.
Good for you.
I have admitted to my wrongdoings because I've realized the true genius behind Brewers math.
And what's that?
It makes it consumable. It makes it exciting. It makes it a little bit more understandable. And today especially, as we get ready to end about, well, a third of the season in terms of NFL.
6 out of 17 games. Again, how we get there, folks, is 162 baseball games divided by 17 football games to make it more digestible is 9.5 baseball games.
And today-
a true flat number.
Today will be game 57?
Correct.
57.
Yes.
9.5 games times 6 NFL games is 57 baseball
But
games.
the beauty of right now is just down the street, AmFam Field. The Boston Red Sox, a national brand, and the scrappy Milwaukee Brewers, winners of 3 in a row, including in classic style last night on a walk-off grand slam by Mr. Christian Yelich.
He back.
We're in the 2-minute warning. Here we go.
We also should have done this because now you're pulling to me. Your guy Sal Frelick was just thrown out at home.
Oh no! Come on, Sal.
Come on, Sal. Can't have it.
Is it one out now?
It was a double play right there.
Oh.
Caught it in the center, threw him out on the tag from third.
Oh, that's not.
What you got to look at when it comes to Brewers math is if you were going to look at last game, the previous 9.5 games, which is the equivalent to the game before in the NFL, they were getting blanked. The offense was going nowhere.
It's a good point, Brad.
It was like you're throwing interceptions. You're not crossing the 50. Offense was not cooking. But this game, the last 9.5, this current iteration of Game 6, boy, offense is rolling. I mean, you had a last night Christian Yelich with the walk-off grand slam. That's the equivalent of a long ball from Jordan Love to Matthew Golden in the fourth quarter to almost guarantee that you're going to be 3-3 at the end of 6 games. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing to see the offense come alive.
Yeah, y'all know I don't really like baseball math like that.
It's Brewers math.
Brewers math.
Brewers math. I'm sorry. It's too confusing. I don't do numbers.
I still don't understand how it's literally meant to dumb it down, and you're so dumb that you can't understand it. That is actually the most frustrating part of this. It's so easy to actually digest. You're so stupid you don't understand it.
The dumb guy of the show is calling you dumb.
No. I'm just saying, I'm lost on why we just can't say the Brewers are a game under 500.
Let me take. Why do
I need football
Kyle,
to digest baseball? They're two different sports.
Let me sort of nudge you in this direction.
Who came up with it?
If the Packers were 3-3, and the Lions were 5-1,
yes,
you'd say, okay, I kind of get where we're at on the season. Correct? You see how far the Packers have to go. There's a two-game lead is pretty healthy.
Yeah, there's a lot of games to go.
Okay, well, what if I told you that in the MLB, when you look at the standings, that the Brewers are 6.5 games back behind a 34-21 Chicago Cubs, and the Brewers are 28-28? Do you really can you really digest where they're at?
That means the Brewers are 500, and we're about to start June, and there's a lot of season to go, and 6.5 games may seem like a lot, but all it takes is a winning streak and a losing streak by the Cubs, and all of a sudden the Brewers could be 2 games back.
But it's reflective of the quality opponent that the Cubs are. See, I look at it and say, you know what? This is it's a lot of numbers. Very heady, too heady, in fact.
It is too heady.
We got to put it right down to the bottom shelf to where the NFL is, because we know a 5-1 Lions and a 3-3 Green Bay Packers you're right there, but you got to make up some ground. And then you throw in some offense and defense, 9.5 games. We're just having fun with it, Kyle.
Can we do the reverse? Can we do Packers math during the Brewers season? Or?
I would love to.
Oh, when we get to the All-Star break. Oh, man.
So we can do Packers math? We're going to extend this out, and you're going to use baseball
Are we
terms.
Are we going to tell you how many games back they are? Because you don't really do that in the NFL as much.
I'm confused about Packers math.
What about their starting rotation?
Is that like your weapons of which wide receiver?
Ooh.
No, but it's defense. So it's got to be who is the player of the game.
Ben, you're silent. Why are you so silent, Ben? I thought I was the dum-dum.
Alternatively.
I appreciate Brad and Stroph's efforts here.
If this is too hard to digest, if one Packer game
I'm gonna write it
equals
down.
9.5 Brewer games,
Okay.
you could invert it. You could say that one Brewers game equals roughly 1/9 of a baseball game.
A football game.
A football game.
My heart
So
just
you
say
could
you
say
put.
that it's like 7 minutes of NFL gameplay is like one game for the Milwaukee Brewers.
That math isn't right,
Yeah.
but it's okay.
It's roughly.
I'm scratching my head because I remember in school.
Wait, why are we making the digestible thing undigestible? We're making the undigestible digestible with baseball to football, and now we're trying to make football baseball? That's stupid.
Can't we just say the Brewers are through I'm not a math guy, but they're almost through 60 games, 56 games.
We literally did the math.
Today.
57th game today, and they play 162 games.
Can I ask
So they
a
still
question?
have over 100 games left to go.
But 100
so you
games.
100 is a lot. It's a lot.
But 100 is just a
It's just a
theoretical
number.
It's a big number.
It's so theoretical.
It means
It's so big we can't even wrap our heads around it.
So a question. So if in Brewers math, right, are we saying that if the Brewers get back a certain, because they're going to get to a point now where in NFL it's insurmountable to come back to win the division, but baseball's different because teams can, as the Mets did, I think last year, as teams can start ice cold and then play well starting in July. But once we get to baseball math in July, you're going to say, well, the Brewers are currently back right now, you know, in NFL terms, they're back 6 games NFL-wise, and all of a sudden they get hot, they can make the playoffs.
Well, if they're back 6 games, that'd be the equivalent of being down like 30 games.
Oh, gosh.
That would be basically insurmountable when it comes to Major League Baseball.
That is insurmountable.
But even when you think about that, it's hard to digest truly.
Maybe I need more time to digest this.
Luckily for you, Kyle, we're going to keep on
Brewers
coming
math.
back to Brewers math. It will not die. Strofe tried to kill it.
I get a headache.
And it resurrected itself.
It was a bad idea to do it at the start of the show for me because now my mind, now I'm confused. Usually I come in hot, ready to go, and now my mind's all mush trying to figure out.
Tizzy?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in math class in middle school again, in Miss Zarlin's classroom, just looking a blank stare.
Well,
do you know the answer?
I can tell you that Caleb Durbin doubled the left, and William Contreras and Sal Frelick scored.
All
I
right.
thought you said he got thrown out.
I must have reviewed it.
Basically,
Yeah, Caleb. Yeah, somebody caught you a scrub a couple weeks ago.
Good
Yeah.
2-minute drive.
basically, Jordan Love is leading a 2-minute drive.
I get- now I get it.
They thought
I get it.
They thought he was out of bounds. They went to
They
the
reviewed
replay.
it.
They reviewed
Both
it,
feet were in.
And both feet were in. We're in field goal range.
So wait, no,
Huge.
we're up now, right?
Up 4-3.
Oh
yeah.
we took the lead, baby. Took the lead. Wait, but we're still. Is
So the game's not over yet, though.
Will Game
because
6
they're-
be over at the end of this game?
At the end of
Yes.
this game, but the
Yes.
Red Sox currently have the ball now.
Wait a
in
minute.
the
Okay,
2-minute
yeah.
drive.
So right now the Packers just scored a touchdown.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, yeah,
Packers
yeah.
scored
They're
a
up.
touchdown.
We're on
now,
defense.
now they're
Patriots.
What Patriots? What inning is it?
It's
What
the
inning is it?
seventh
It's the top of the 7th. So
Top of
we're.
the- so we're,
So
we're-
they got probably 40 seconds left.
No. Is that how?
Whoa,
wait a minute.
whoa!
That's-
You are way off. I mean, it's probably
I would say
probably
the fourth
mid
quarter still.
like 6 minutes left in the fourth.
What are you talking
They have
about?
3 innings left?
Yeah.
No. One game is equal to.
Okay, now this is where Brewers math gets
One-
complicated.
one
now we gotta
game,
divide
one full game
by however many innings there are.
This is where the inverse matters.
One full
because-
game is a little less than an inning. No, excuse me.
No, let me try this. Let me try this. One at a timer.
Y'all had-
162
Yes.
divided by 17 games is 9.5 games.
Yes.
So if there's 9.5 baseball games in one football game, if we divide 9.5 times divided by 4, that equals
Quarters.
every quarter is 2.3 baseball games.
We got 0.3 of a baseball game left.
Which 0.3 of baseball game left is how much in NFL time on the clock?
So we
Might be
have
40
Wait,
seconds.
I think I might have done it correctly.
I think you nailed it.
So I think if you do 7, you got to do the inverse, right? 17
Stop saying the word
divided by
inverse. It
162.
confuses everybody.
So 17 divided by 162 is 0.104. So that means if you take that times 60 minutes, that means one full baseball game is equal to like 6.5 minutes of NFL gameplay.
But how much is 0.3 of a game?
So then you take that times 0.3. That equals, oh, shoot. I did.
You're
I
a
did divide it
CPA.
by-
There's
No,
no
hold on,
shoots
hold on.
here.
6.3 minutes of gameplay divided by 3 is 2.1. Wait, but it's not divided by 3. They
Oh,
only have,
come on,
no, it
man.
is. No,
I
no,
swear,
no,
I
no,
swear,
no,
I
no,
have.
I'm sorry.
I got us to 2.3
I got it.
games.
Have
No,
me
no,
excited
no,
talking
no,
about
Ben's right.
touchdowns.
I had it at
No, you're
2.3 games is one quarter.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
No, it's not kind of true. It's true.
With 3 innings to go, they are at the 2-minute warning right now.
I can't trust you after what you just did.
They're in the 2-minute warning right now. It just clicked, and now it's like 1:58.
Do you believe him? I don't know if I can believe him.
It is. It is.
Here's the thing. Y'all got me when Stroh said or somebody said it was a touchdown. The Packers just scored. The Brewers just scored a touchdown to get up, and now we got to depend on that defense. And hopefully it's not the Joe Barry defense. Hopefully it's a better defense out there for Green Bay Packers.
Unfortunately, it's a very, very injured Joe Barry defense and Jeff Hafley defense because the bullpen is completely overmaxed right now.
What was your ratio again, Ben?
2.3 something.
2.3 of
2.375. So I simply took one football game is 9.5 baseball games.
Yes.
So one football game divided by 9.5 divided by 4. Why did I do 9.5 divided by 4?
4 quarters.
4 quarters.
But you got to do. You have to do 9.5. Actually, no. We're going too deep. Too deep. This is like honors. This is honors Brewers math. This is honors.
No. Okay.
This is AP
Is this
Brewers
consumable, Stroh? Is this consumable?
You wanted to start the show here today?
I still contend that
you took your headphones off and stopped listening to us.
He was lost.
One baseball
I'm
game.
still listening avidly.
One baseball game is roughly 6.5 minutes of an NFL game.
Okay.
So a third of that, which is
2
what
minutes.
we're in, is 2 minutes.
Is the 2
So
minute
the
drive.
Packers scored with a little over 2 minutes to go.
I'll say
now
this.
We're relying on the defense.
I will say this.
Hell. They never get the stop.
That's true. You guys lucked out today. You know why you lucked out? It's because it was in game and we scored. Had the Brewers not scored, I would have been lost. But all I had to hear was a touchdown score. We up now, going into to end the. We're in game 6. The end of game 6.
I
game six,
said
we're
the
2 and 3.
bullpen's maxed, and Abreu just went yard, and it's 4-4.
Oh no!
So now they done scored.
So they tied it.
So they just scored.
Just like that.
They tied it up.
We got one timeout
That was
left.
like 2
I have a
plays.
question.
We have one timeout left. There's a minute 30 left.
I have a question. I think I screwed up. Here's why. Not because we did Brewers math to start the show and we're 4 minutes past when we were supposed to go to commercial break. That has nothing to do with why I screwed up. What happens to Brewers math when we go to 10 innings?
They go to overtime.
They go to overtime.
You end the game tied.
But they went to overtime last night.
Look, Brewers math isn't perfect. It's got
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
They added time on the clock. That's what they did. They're like, you know what? We went to a review. We had time on the clock. An untimed down. You know, they do untimed down sometimes. You can't end on a penalty. It's an untimed down. That's overtime.
Ryan's asking if he realizes, if we realize we're on the radio. We 100% realize. I just don't know if Brad realizes it right now.
I am so deep into Brewers math, I don't even know what's reality anymore. This is AP honors Brewers math. This is it. This is advanced stuff.
Hey, AP honors Brewers math. You know what Kyle had? Kyle had basic math. That's what I did. They just keep passing them through.
Any good tutor will bring you along. We're going to bring you along.
The best executive decision I've made in the history of being the producer of Kyle Brust and Nortman was starting the show with Brewers math today. Welcome, KBN Nation.
I was going to say your best executive decision would have been going to break right there.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
I feel like KBN Nation would agree, Kyle, that Ben has most of the issues on
I
this
think
panel.
I would agree that I have the most flaws on this show as well. Brad's freaking perfect.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
Right now, more than 100,000 children waiting in foster care need our help. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is focused on finding them safe, permanent homes. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Forget average. At Exterior Pros, they bring the heat. They're not here to meet standards, they're here to smash them. From the first swing of the hammer to the final reveal, they're leveling up your home with every window, every shingle, and every single detail. This isn't just a remodel, it's a glow up for your house. Built tough, built beautiful, built to turn heads. Want in? Let's go. Lock in your project now and save $3,000. Exterior Pros, where bold meets built. Trust the pros and visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274.
Wade vs. Diener is about planting seeds of opportunity and watching them grow into something amazing. Join NBA and Marquette stars Dwayne Wade and Travis Diener and be part of this incredible journey at the Champions for Literacy celebration on June 27th. Or register your son or daughter for the Elite Youth Basketball Camp coached by Dwayne Wade and Travis Diener themselves on June 28th. Register at wadevsdiener.givesmart.com. That's wadevsdiener.givesmart.com.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde, and Father's Day is Sunday, June 15th. Get Dad something he can really enjoy. Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles. Order at kringle.com and send Dad his favorite flavor, like their bourbon pecan. That's my favorite. To complete the gift, you can add a bag of gourmet coffee to your order, and you will be Dad's favorite child. Go to kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH and have it shipped right to Dad. Kringle.com or 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, it's Bucks broadcaster Dave Kane. Find Here District now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
They say seeing is believing. And when you check out what's waiting for you at American Place Casino, you'll definitely believe you'll love it. From thrilling gaming to top-notch service, we're changing the game. Come play all your favorites like blackjack, craps, roulette, and the latest slots. Catch a game at the sportsbook, enjoy great restaurants, bars, and more. If you're ready for excitement, exceptional service, and an experience you'll never forget, then we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
I've been playing sports all my life. Little football, basketball, pickleball, cross training, mud events, Spartan races and things like that.
For Dr. Eric Williams, a successful chiropractor, staying active means everything. So when nagging knee pain slowed him down, he didn't want drugs or invasive surgery. He found a natural way to get lasting relief. QC Kinetics Cellular Therapies.
We're using my body's natural abilities to get better. And that's huge. In time, that's going to be the way of the future. Using your own body's ability to heal. Now I can play day to day and not have that severe pain.
Now he's back out there doing what he loves, thanks to QC Kinetics.
Life is good. You're not going to slow me down.
Leave the pain behind and get moving. Book your free consultation today with QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It is a Weed Man Wednesday here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Technically our last one, but I'll be continuing to give Weedman shout-outs for as long as he come into my house because they do great work.
I told you the grass was approved by baby girl's mom.
The neighbors, I've gotten some questions. It says, how did it get so green and so lush?
How did you become a CPA and end up being confused on Brewers math?
My brain has deteriorated from the CPA days, I'm not going to lie. But we're working through it. We will continue with honors AP math as long as I have breath in my lungs.
To think I used to want to have you do my taxes.
The text from Ryan that says, do you guys realize you're on the radio? Made everything we did for the first 17 minutes worth it.
Brewers math. It's getting better every time. Or it's getting worse. We don't know. The whole entire premise is to dumb it down.
Sometimes there's an acronym named KISS, and I'm not talking about Gene Simmons with that long tongue. I'm talking about keep it simple, stupid. And I feel like
is KISS the rock band an acronym?
He just said, dude. He just said not.
I don't believe they named their band based on.
Maybe they did. I don't know. I'm not a big enough fan of KISS.
But
to know
you
that.
said I like an acronym, and I'm not referring to the rock band. Does that mean they're an acronym?
No. I'm not referring to that. I'm not referring to the rock band.
You're dumber than Brewers math.
Jeez Louise. I said KISS is a rock.
No, don't waste your time with them.
Wait a minute now. I want to make sure I ain't stupid.
No, you are.
KISS is an acronym, and
You
I'm
don't
not
understand
referring
Brewers math,
to.
so.
Right, but when you say that, you were implying that Kiss the Rock Band is an acronym.
No, but he said he's not implying.
No, he said he's not referring to Kiss by implying they are an Brad, back me up.
No. I think you're on timeout.
Something wrong with this boy.
No, seriously.
We should have listened to him.
I know.
see something wrong with him now.
I don't know why I listened to him to start the show.
I see something
and
wrong
I don't know
with
why
him.
he's talking.
His head not straight.
It is a little bit of a confusing sentence, Kyle.
Thank you.
Because you're talking about.
Keep
you
it
should
simple,
just
stupid.
threw the band name out of there. Because now we're trying to compare an acronym of KISS to the band KISS.
I said they're not really. I said I'm not saying it because I'm talking about the band.
Right.
So why?
You're implying an acronym. You said
Oh
you're
my
not referring
gosh!
to the other
Because I
acronym.
wanted to say Gene Simmons and Long Tongue. Okay. Goodness gracious.
You said that just to bring up Gene Simmons in his tongue?
Yes,
like you guys,
you know, simple, stupid. You goodness
You guys
gracious.
got caught up in the minutia. We could have.
Take your own advice. Keep it simple.
Well, it's more fun talking about KISS and Gene Simmons. It gets people's minds to think like it did, but obviously you got caught thinking about Gene Simmons. I don't even know Gene got the long tongue, to be honest. But keep it simple. The Brewers math is too difficult.
It's all about simplicity.
No, it's not. What's
Yes, it
simple is the Brewers are 28 and 28.
NFL is simple. We can all digest it. Baseball is hard to digest.
I want.
What does it all
I want
mean,
you
Basil?
today, Kyle. It's one of those shows where like I don't want you to look at Strofe.
I'm not going to do it because he got that.
He's
energy.
got that weird Gen Z energy today. We're like it's a recess to be on Kyle Brust and Nortman because he did his show today.
Yeah.
So now he can just cause all sorts of havoc here.
When he popped his ass upstairs at 1:34 early today, and he came through the door, and I said, "Oh, you early?" I can tell he had the wrong energy. Couldn't you tell? You could just feel something was off.
It felt like he had some meat on the bone still.
Yeah,
it's like he's like, dude, we gotta do Brewers math off the start. We have to. We have to.
That was his
To his credit.
Jeez,
To his credit.
he did
All
come in.
right.
It was how rare is it that we get to do Brewers math when there's a game going on?
Brad,
we live reacted to a 2-minute drill.
Can I just?
That's amazing.
Can I just?
It's amazing.
The Brewers play at
amazing.
noon or 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, damn near every week. During the week.
Another reason why we should keep on doing Brewers math to kick off our
We
Wednesday
get a chance
shows.
to do it every week.
But this is the end of a game. This rounds out a game. Next time we do it, they're going to be somewhere in the second quarter, early second quarter.
No,
That's not the same.
I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone because y'all gonna make me mad. Y'all gonna make me mad. And I love Brewers math.
You know what the worst part about it is now?
What? Because we wasted 2 segments on
Two
Brewers
segments,
math?
and guess what the next segment is?
Oh, please don't. Don't. It's not his stupid game.
Play the sound.
No. Let's bump it.
Wheel! Oh,
no, Stro. Bump it. Let's
Wheel! And that's what I'm saying. This is you and me conversation.
Let's punt.
No.
No.
When we put together the show
You have
sheet,
here, Brad, out
Yeah, come 3:15. We can't have all.
We can't have Strofe and Brad running the whole thing.
Wait till hear Brad out.
I know we say Packers are nonsense, but it's too much damn nonsense. We can't go from Brewers math to Strofe. It's lost at the sea segment to who knows what we're gonna do for 5 minutes to going to Brad here, Brad out, which you know is always terrible.
What if I said this? Wheel of Strofe today is all about humbling me. Would that interest you at all?
No, because then it's going to turn into him talking and I don't know.
No,
There's always a spin.
Who will have the opportunity to humble me today?
That usually starts with an opportunity to prop himself up, though.
KBN
Exactly.
One must be propped up to be humbled.
KBN Nation, I apologize for letting Strofe sabotage our show.
Yes,
today.
this is on track to be the worst radio hour of all time, and I'm here for it. At least you're here for it, Colin. I have to be here for it, unfortunately, and I have the most control over it until he takes control.
He took control today. He did. The kid took over. We were under siege today, and then Brad just fell right into it because he had that affirmation, that damn affirmation that he gave. Strofe took advantage of you.
Strofe took advantage of you. He doesn't actually like the segment. He just gave you words of affirmation so you would do what he wanted.
You're saying because I revealed to you all that my love language is words of affirmation, and you're saying Strofe is
Why do you think
toying
he
with my
started
love?
the segment by saying, I used to not like Brewers math, but now it's simple. It simplifies it. And you got all tingly inside because you thought he was on your side.
Let me tell you, Brad, of anybody on the panel today, I think you're doing the best job.
Oh, wow. How can I not let him do Wheel of Strofe after that? I mean, how can you not? My love tank is full.
Wheel of Strofe.
I guess.
I can't wait.
All right, Wheel of Strofe's next.
Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Kyle, I love you.
Can't say the same.
That's fair.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh for Universal Windows Direct. May is officially the kickoff to home improvement season, and now is the time to tackle those big projects you've been putting off. Right now, during the home improvement season sale, you'll get an incredible 50% off your windows. But it gets even better. For a limited time, you'll get no interest and no payments for 12 months, and you'll receive a free entry door with your window purchase. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate today.
Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a must-play every golf season. Wild Rock Golf features championship golf in the heart of Wisconsin. Wild Rock, a Herdston Fry masterpiece that's cut from the natural beauty of the Wisconsin Dells and offers stunning views from elevated tee boxes. Wild Rock presents spectacular greens that roll fast and true. Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a unique gem that offers a challenge to avid golfers of all abilities. Book your tee time today for this must-play at wildrockgolf.com, wildrockgolf.com.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
The Bud Pavilion's free concert series Wednesday Night Live takes over State Fair Park this Wednesday with Rebel Grace. Gates open Wednesday night at 6. Live music starts at 7. Epic bands, unforgettable nights. Enjoy Rebel Grace this Wednesday at the Bud Pavilion.
Becoming a truck driver doesn't have to be complicated. At Schneider, we make it easy to get your commercial driver's license and start your new career. With our CDL apprenticeship training, you'll get paid to become a truck driver in just 5 to 6 weeks and have a Schneider driving job waiting for you when you've completed the program. Plus, during training, Schneider will provide transportation, lodging, and meals at no cost to you. Ready to get your career on the road? Learn more and apply today at schneiderjobs.com. That's schneiderjobs.com.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a star-studded group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 6th through the 8th with an exciting team competition and a new tournament home at TPC Wisconsin. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Megan Maroney with special guest Clint Black on Friday, June 6th at Bree Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Slide into your neighborhood Century Food Store to score the freshest produce, tastiest treats, and everything in between. Now through Wednesday's Save On, 4.75 to 16-ounce selected varieties Frito-Lay Lay's, Kettle Chips, or Red Gold Pretzels, 2 for $5. 8 to 16-ounce selected varieties Old Dutch Tortilla, Potato, or Kettle Chips, or Salsa, 2 for $5.50. 2.37 to 3.5-ounce selected varieties McCormick Grill Made Spices, 2 for $4. 14-ounce or 6-count selected varieties Haagen-Dazs Ice Cream or Bars, $3.99.
Ooh, pineapple fulfills every need.
While you're shopping, a drive way back, it's a gunner.
There's something goofy going on with the PA.
Need a price check and I'll take me out to the ball game.
See, what is going on?
You're hearing things. We're at Century Foods, and you can't take your mind off winning that ultimate baseball fan sweepstakes.
I'm hoping to throw out the first pitch at a Milwaukee baseball game.
Or attend batting practice.
Or hold the finish line ribbon for the racing sausages.
You don't say.
The ultimate baseball fan sweepstakes at Century Foods. Enter on Century's Facebook or Instagram by July 30th.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
On Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Alex Strove's attempting to produce the show, not even run the show, produce the show. We're here on a Weedman Wednesday. Yes, Kyle.
Gene Simmons does have the long tongue.
Yeah, we knew that.
Glad we clarified
I just wanted to confirm.
Can I add one thing about Brewers math?
No,
no.
I'm starting to lose my patience.
We had Nick Evans on Twitter saying, using Brewers math to highlight MLB wildcard games. Playing a full 162 games, 17 to NFL, would make the playoffs basically get one drive.
It's great. Let's go to be the Wheel of Stroh.
What's brilliant about that?
You never know what to expect when the wheel appears. It's time for the
Wheel of Stroh.
Here we go. Welcome back to the Wheel of Stroh. I'm your host, Alex Stroh. Our contestants today, Ben Brust.
Yeah, Ben.
Kyle Wallace.
Yay!
Yeah, Kyle.
And Brad Nortman, CPA.
Yay, me.
Ben, you get the first attempt at spinning the wheel. Spin the wheel and tell us what it says.
Green.
That's right in the middle. What do you
Spin it
think?
again.
All right, respin.
Three spin.
All right, let's get up lost at sea here today, fellas. Hey!
Embarrass?
Blue.
Embarrassed.
Oh,
Like this
no.
segment, embarrassing. For the show.
This is a bad one. All right, so yesterday we had a little discussion. CFB 26, college football, the video game franchise that made a comeback last year, released their cover. And while we were discussing yesterday, I believe this was off the air, we referenced a few things that made the cover rather than a Wisconsin representative. No Bucky the Badger, no Moshe W., no Lou Fickle. We noticed a Toledo fan. We noticed a referee. And at one point, I said to you guys, there's a police officer on there. I went ahead and ran with that. I posted a TikTok. Yeah, there's a police officer on there for some random reason. I'm an idiot. That was a West Point cadet.
Oh, hell no. Wait a minute. It didn't have on like a white shirt, Strofe, did it?
No, it was like a uniform that looked what I thought was a police officer initially, and then I eventually realized.
Gray?
West
It
Point
did
cadet.
look a little bit like a police officer. It looked
And you
like
really
one of
had
those
to
like
zoom in to figure out what it was. But I posted this willingly on the internet. And let me tell you, after 10,000 views and multiple comments, people were like, that is not a police officer. So I sent this text message to a few people as an audio message that I recorded myself. Here is my explanation as to why I screwed up a West Point cadet with a police officer.
All right, here's my explanation. So I guess why I, in my head, connected the dots that there would be a police officer on the cover of College Football 26 is because the cover is filled with things you see around the game, right? Flags, coaches, players, former players. And I thought mascots. I thought maybe that was them, doing like a, hey, there's security guards so people don't run on the field. I mean, might as well put a beer vendor and an usher on there too in that case, but that's how I got there. I'm just also an idiot.
Where did you
that
post
part
this
of it
at?
too.
Where did you post this at? Who asked you this?
This was a text message I sent because I was asked for an explanation. Josh DiMaggio.
Oh,
producer Jen Gibbons.
I actually think it's a pretty reasonable, logical jump. Because there's a referee
I was
on
so
there.
embarrassed.
There's a referee on there.
You are too easily influenced, Bradley Nortman.
Yeah.
You are complete right. All it takes is a little bit of butt kissing for you to say you look pretty, and all of a sudden you're just
officer too.
What?
Because there's a referee on there. If there wasn't a referee, then I'd be like,
why
wait
would
a
there be a
minute.
police officer? Like, let's just use our heads. Take out his little clip. Take out his TikTok. Think about the college football video game. Why would there be a police officer on the college football game? There wouldn't be.
They're trying to replicate a game in-game
See,
experience.
you're reaching.
No.
There are police officers on the sideline.
The security guards too in yellow shirts. I didn't see them. But here's the thing: is that referees make sense. Why? What do you see every time you watch a football game?
See a referee.
Okay. Now, do you see the damn police officer on the field?
You could if there's a field storm.
Okay, but we
if Ryan Day
not
was
logical.
next to the Michigan Wolverine and there was a police officer in the middle of them, then I could see it. Did we not see police officers there?
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's
But
pretty
that's the only reason why there'd be a police officer.
Yeah, that. Brad,
I think it's time to spin the wheel.
It's gonna be a bad here, Brad. Out.
Wheel
It's a great here. You're allowed to hear Brad out.
Wheel of Stroke.
Roller coasters.
Oh, this one's good. This one's good. I'm pretty fired up about this one. That's why I made it from yesterday. All right, so Eagles wide receiver A.J. Brown, Super Bowl champion, rode a roller coaster for the first time this weekend. Take a listen.
Hey, sir. Sir, that's enough, sir. Oh, my Lord. Lord, please let me make it to the ground. I'll never do this again in my life. Lord, please let me get through this.
I relate. I feel the same way.
I was going to say, is that Kyle Wallace?
Does that sound familiar?
Oh, my God.
They've been taking it easy on you.
I ain't been taking it easy. You hear this nonsense? See how Ben tried to set me up, y'all? He tried to set me up.
He said, what happened with Lake Michigan?
Nah, what happened with Lake?
I'm confused. Might have been a wrong clip.
When the night falls. It's a great song, y'all.
So you came at the right days.
My Lord. Oh my.
When Kyle got his Brazilian wax.
I just started itching from that. I'm still struggling.
Is your mouth not recovered?
No. I was thinking to myself in Vegas, I'm never doing that again.
I watched that video and I went, oh my God. You made the same exact sounds when you got a Brazilian wax.
Well, roller coasters, Brazilian wax is all bad.
How do we feel about the Wheel of Strofe, guys?
Oh, he's sinking. He's lost at sea. SOS. SOS.
There is a hole in his boat, and it is a slow sink, and I just want to drown. But I'm like slowly sinking.
You gotta throw.
I might just jump off. But I can't leave the room.
It's not that bad.
I mean, it's been. Oh, I played the wrong sound. I heard a clip from you, audio recorded at Josh DiMaggio last night about some college football thing that nobody can see or knows what the hell is going on. It's been horrible.
And then he said, oh, this one was so good, the roller coaster, that it stayed on from yesterday, and now I'm playing it today, and I still don't have the right audio for it.
And meanwhile, Brad's just a sucker. He's just so nice. He's just like, Strofe, I'm happy to die with you. I'm not. I don't want to die with you.
I like spinning the wheel.
Wheel of Strofe.
You took the fun out of even saying that now.
Will you spun the wheel again?
It's the Pavlov.
You'll like this one.
Strofe. Oh, no, shot. What was...
After every, this is becoming his hear Brad out. I always say, oh, wait, okay, this one's so good.
No,
After every time, Strofe's like, oh, this is good.
This one's actually good. I promise. This one comes from, well, it didn't make the final cut. You need to listen to podcasts featuring Steve Scafidi and Kristen. I know this isn't her last name, Bray. You'll understand why I'm calling her that in a moment.
Strouf.
Kristen Bray from their podcast earlier this week.
I do want to see who I would beat in horse at this company.
Well, probably a lot of people because you know how to play.
I
A lot
do.
of people are very unathletic.
Like Strouf?
Yeah. I feel like we should. Are you recording? Yeah. I mean, Strofe is like, how does someone that young?
Strouf.
How does someone that young be that bad at sports? Like, oh my God! I'm serious. I could beat him in let's say a 10-yard dash because I don't want to run more than that.
This is such inside bit. We can't keep this because no one knows who he is.
Send it to
It's
Strouf,
harmless.
though.
Yeah,
He'd
send it
appreciate it.
specifically to him.
Hey,
Bro, they went in.
dude.
Nobody knows who
They
he is.
ended up cutting that from their podcast. Thankful their producer still sent it to me. Brutal.
So name wrong, athletic insults, and then it was all washed away. No one knows who this is anyway.
Steve Scafidi is
Killer.
He is as old as a little younger than Homer, but he's up there in age, and he looked at Strouf's performance and said, oh, I'm more athletic than him. That is embarrassing. They really just eviscerated you.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Come on, Strouf. That's funny that she's been working. Wait a minute. How many conversations has she had with you?
20?
More than that. I talk to her every day.
Every day?
Every morning I talk to her and Steve before Point Taken, 10 to noon on 620 WT.
Don't you give him that.
So what does she call you? She go, hey, buddy.
Yeah, I think she must. She must.
Does she know your first name?
I would assume so.
I mean,
but maybe not anymore.
It's Strouf. That's so embarrassing to be a no name in your own office.
Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
It's brutal.
This man does a whole radio show.
I heard that. I'm not sure which of the three is the most insulting. In fact, she got my name wrong, said I was the most unathletic person in the company, and then followed that up with, we can't keep this. Nobody knows who he is.
It's the latter.
I think it's the last one.
Last one is brutal.
That is rough. I hope nobody speaks that of me. That would have hurt my feelings. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, next week, I don't know if Strope's going to be on site. I'm sure he will be. People get to see him.
Because he will find his way to Madison and TPC because it is a great event for the American Family Insurance Championship in Madison with 2 new exciting changes this year. I talked about it. Steve Stricker, Wisconsin's very own Steve Stricker, is hosting his PGA Tour Champions event June 6th through the 8th at his new home golf course, TPC, Wisconsin. The AmFam Champ also debuts a new team competition this year. It's 2-person teams who will compete in best ball and scramble formats. You don't want to miss the action and the fun at the American Family Insurance Championship, which starts June 6th through the 8th at TPC, Wisconsin. Get details and ticket information now at amfamchampionship.com. Right now, it looks like it's starting to heat up. The summer is really starting to be here, and there's no better place to be than watching some great PGA Tour golf right here in Wisconsin at TPC, Wisconsin. amfamchampionship.com to get your tickets today.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, KBN Nation, 800-990-3776. Loving Football chimed in on YouTube. Sorry he's late. I was just trying to spell overreaction without OTA. Speaking of which, Kyle wants affirmation from OTAs. That's sad. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Steph, your biggest strength in life that you bring to this world?
Probably my wife, because she keeps me calm. Even when I'm cursing at the TV during Packers games, I always know I can fall back on her.
That's sweet, man. Who knew KBN Nation with so many simps? Boy, I love this. I love this.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
I'll be fascinated to see what this contract looks like. How much of this is incentivized? How much is Jair getting to walk through that door?
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
I'm guessing it's not going to be nearly what he wants. I know that. It will be more of how much did the Packers go to kind of put an olive branch out to say, come on back in, Jair. We still believe that you can play.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Brewers and Padres action is coming at you June 6th through the 8th. Catch an electric weekend of baseball as 2 of the game's youngest superstars square off. The first Friday game of June means Wisconsinites can grab half-off tickets to the Brewers series opener on the 6th, then score one of the top giveaways of the season, a Jackson Churio replica jersey presented by Chevrolet for the first 25,000 ticketed fans through the gates June 7th. Get seats at Brewers.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust talking about our friends at Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Get out of your house this summer and go to Road America, located conveniently between Green Bay and Milwaukee and Elkhart Lake. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road circuit that has hosted some of the best races since 1955. WeatherTech Chicago is up next on June 6th through the 8th. Camp on site all weekend and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Come for the experience and stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com.
Tailgate season, company victory party, don't let your event fall short. V Private Bar Services delivers the winning play with expertise. We're talking custom cocktails, top shelf service, and an atmosphere that'll have your team pumped. Forget the watered down beer and basic mixers. Get the VIP treatment for your corporate events with bartenders who know the perfect pour. V Private Bar Services, where elevated hospitality runs through our veins. Explore vprivatebar.com and leave the mixing to us.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you,
Visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
At QC Kinetics, we're all about keeping you in the game, helping you get lasting relief from joint pain. That's why we're excited to announce that QC Kinetics is now partnering with the National Pickleball League. So many of our satisfied patients are avid pickleball players, and they're thrilled with how we've helped them get back on the court. As lead sponsor of the National Pickleball League, we're committed to help pickleball fans of all ages with the latest, most advanced regenerative cell treatments. These treatments use your body's own healing power, revitalizing and restoring damaged joint tissue the natural way, with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Whether you're a pickleball fanatic or enjoy golf or running or tennis, stay in the game with help from QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics, proud to promote active, pain-free living as a lead sponsor of the National Pickleball League. Call now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It started with a whisper, and now it's when I kissed her, and then she made my lips hurt.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. Said that a little weird. Alex Stroh's running the show. It is a Weed Man Wednesday. And it is OTAs for the Green Bay Packers. And I did open up Twitter X. And I did enjoy watching some guys on a football field. And there's just something different about the NFL. Because they're just the best, man. Like, you see Xavier McKinney catch a ball and just look how he's built and how he moves. Like, they're just, it's awesome. I love football, and I can't wait for it. Speaking of Xavier McKinney, after, they're all in shorts and T-shirts and everyone overreacts to just about everything possible, Xavier McKinney had some comments about his boy, Jair Alexander. Listen in.
I mean, yeah, we would all like him back. I talk to him every day, pretty much. So just try to stay connected with him. Obviously, we've developed a great relationship with each other. But my thing that I always, try to talk about is, that's his, his own situation, and I want the best for him. So.
Look, that's a captain of the Green Bay Packers defense. And I think it's all understood. We all know that the Packers and Jair need to work it out in order for him to be on the team. But to your guys' questions, maybe to one of you particular, to Tausch yesterday, how would it affect the locker room?
Mm-hmm.
I think you would ask that to somebody, one of you, and this right there squashes that. Kapush. Kaput?
Capiche.
No, not capiche.
Wait.
Capiche means like, are we in agreement?
No, not capiche. He said, golly, dang it.
What is it?
Kaput.
Not
is
kaput.
one.
Strofe, jump in.
Kibosh.
Put the kibosh work though.
Boy, I need to drink some more water.
Put the kibosh on any
Brewers math. Got
Y'all done put the dumb on me. I told you, the worst thing we did was start with Brewers math. My mind's all messed up.
I just want to point out what Ben did immediately. He said, Strofe, the genius of the panel, jump in here and solve this.
Ooh.
No, it was the kibosh situation.
But
again.
Kyle thought the correct thing was capiche.
Which was
because
wrong.
I'm messed up now, man.
I don't blame you, man.
I know H2O, the Brewers math threw me off. I told y'all, me, Kyle Wallace, I sucked at math. So once you start doing numbers, I'm bad. The last grade I got in math class was freshman year in college. I got a D+. They said, Kyle, I had a football coach and a guy that coached me in high school who worked at Whitewater said, Kyle, you can retake that class to boost up your D+. You can take it with me. I said, you know what, Carhauser? No, thank you. No, I'm taking my D+.
But if Lucas Van Ness is struggling with his pass moves, the only way to get better at it is to keep working on pass moves. The only way for you to get better,
I want to throw some at Brad so bad.
Dude, this is the most annoying he's ever been on the show.
Doing Brewers
because he does it with this bleep-eating grin too, like he's being clever.
Like, y'all don't understand. You make me mad right now. What was the question? Before you said kibosh.
What was the question?
Or whatever.
I said we heard from Xavier McKinney in the locker room about Jair Alexander. and it puts the kibosh on any of the having any the players having any negativity.
Yeah,
if they
but
can work out the contract. What are you mad about?
Well, the problem is that right now Xavier McKinney doesn't know how the organization gets down. Right now, he's on the all-time high. He signed with a team that wanted him last offseason, and not only did he get paid, he performed at an extremely high level. He had a career year. He played on a football team that went to the playoffs, and he feels like the trajectory of this football team is going north. But now what he's going to figure out, what you believe, Xavier, does not matter, because I know that to be true because Aaron Rodgers politicked and tried to get all different guys on the football team, and the Packers ignored their franchise quarterback. So though I feel like Jair Alexander is going to come back, do know that the Packers, Xavier, if he don't come back, do know it's because they don't give a dang what you think. It's about how they operate, and I don't want him to be, messed up from learning that the Packers don't care.
He's not going to be. He said that he's got to figure out his own situation. He understands the business. He just signed his contract, and he knows he's got to perform, and he knows it's very front-loaded, that if he doesn't continue to perform, he may not get another contract himself.
Well, and McKinney's getting the taste of it right now, because you know what happens when you're friends like this? You're not just friends with everybody in the locker room. Clearly, they have a unique friendship. And when you're talking to your friend about, hey, where's it going? Where's it at? If you're talking to him every day, you know Jair is saying, X, this is what they're offering me. Xavier McKinney has the opportunity to react to that and to see potentially how the Green Bay Packers do business when it's all said and done. So if he knows what they're probably already offering Jair, they probably have started with a low ball, and the way that Xavier McKinney comes up and resurfaces with that, and he supports Jair, says he wants him back. Basically, it was all about wanting Jair back in the locker room. It sounds like not only one is Jair a welcomed teammate that is well-liked, and your captain, great point, Ben, captain of the team, is being a mouthpiece for him, representing the team, saying we want him back, but also saying we are going to let him work himself out because he's in a situation right now where he's dealing with the Green Bay Packers cap situation, which is always a little bit hairy.
Yeah, and so for me, though, I do believe that this is a great sign, like you talked about in the locker room and how well received he is. And for those who yesterday, when we talked about Jair Alexander and coming back, and people said, oh, he's a problem, I don't want his attitude. Yeah, Jair, I'm telling y'all, Jair is one of those guys that you absolutely love, and when he does something that annoys you, you just kind of deal with it because it's Jair, not because he's a bad guy, but because people have emotions, people have their moods. And Jair's a guy that obviously he has ingratiated himself in that locker room where he's clearly not the team leader, but he's a guy that people rally behind and get behind and follow. We saw when they was remember when the game where they were losing to the Minnesota Vikings, getting chopped up by the number 3 wide receiver, and they were celebrating the second half.
Osborne, Keyshawn Nixon, Jair Alexander. It's made me so mad.
But he was following behind his boy. Why? Because they like his energy.
Well, the reality is Jair's the kind of guy who's more likely to upset the coaches than his teammates. We always have those guys, right? Where it's like the coaches, they are pulling their hair out because of how he operates, how he communicates, but the players love him. The players love Jair. That is clear. The coaches might get frustrated with him, but if I were to build a locker room, I would rather have a guy that is embraced by the players and frustrated by the coaches than to be frustrated by the players and embraced by the coaches.
Oh, yeah. Nobody likes a teacher's pet, Brad.
What's that supposed to mean, Kyle?
I said what I said.
You think I was a teacher's pet?
Well, if the shoe fits, you over here, you reacting to it.
You're just lashing out because you don't understand Brewers math.
You're just a math dummy. That's what he's trying to say.
And here he come. Oh, look at you. Affirmation. Look at him. Jumping to your defense. Look at you smiling.
And then Brad gets all cheesy.
Yeah, Brad, it's hilarious. I see Lexi got you wrapped around that finger.
Kyle, oh, my gosh. Brad. Brad does not run that house.
Kyle,
ain't no way. If we got a taste of who Brad is, if you give him one compliment, he just folds at the knees.
Yeah, and you guys will get a realization as to why you let the women run the household. I tell you what, marital bliss follows on the other side of that.
Yeah.
And Kyle,
well, what do you?
Can I offer to be? Can I be your Brewers math tutor?
I love Lexi.
Brad,
please.
Brad, I'm gonna tell you this now.
I'm not gonna lie. Every time he brings up and says Brewers math, I want to punch.
I will do it for free to be your Brewers math tutor for free. That's a deal, Kyle.
I'd rather sleep.
I'll pay you.
You don't even have your own content. Strope's feeding you in his ear.
Sometimes you got to appreciate genius.
Jake in Milwaukee, you're on the Carbless Talking text line.
9 years ago today, Harambe passed away. R.I.P. Harambe.
R.I.P. Harambe. Boy, I agree.
Wow.
Boy, the way they did Harambe like that, Harambe wasn't the problem. It's the kids that jumped inside his little sanctuary that was the problem.
Jake in Milwaukee just fooled me.
What did he say to you?
He was going to ask you guys which OTA's storyline.
I ain't
you're most
gonna lie,
invested in.
I was gonna light Jake up because I have a bunch of built-up anger from Brad saying the word Brewers math that I was gonna take it out on Jake and be like, there is no storyline. They're in shorts and freaking t-shirts, Jake.
Jake, that's a 1-month ban.
Has it been 9 years since Harambe died?
Ah, Jesus, Brad.
Seriously, that's a long time. If you would have said 5 years ago, I would have said, yeah, that's about right. 9 years ago. What a legend.
That
A
is
legend
funny.
only grows.
So after Harambe passed, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. When Harambe passed away, I remember being on social media, and they had, like, you remember how Facebook had Snapchat had the filter on
You
the
are
face?
dumb.
Wait a minute.
You keep talking about Brewers math, and Strofe is enjoying. He's like the Joker.
Wait, remember the
walking
filter?
away from the hospital? He just
the
blew
filter
it up.
face, how you could filter your face, so they were putting like a gorilla filter face on like comedians, and comedians were acting like Harambe was their family. Yeah, girl, we gotta go to that funeral for Harambe. You know, them humans done it. I was watching so many videos.
I had nothing to do with this.
You started it all.
You did. You should have
started it all.
the caller. Talking about Harambe.
He gave me 45 seconds of material.
And he gave us 10
That's
seconds.
impressive. That's truly impressive.
He
to get
started
past-
talking about Jordan Love, the rookie wide receivers, Savion Williams wearing a red jersey.
Jake figured you out.
To get past that
Jake
firewall.
figured me out.
You're a sucker.
Jake used to have to hold for quite a bit, and then look at you. He done got you. Payback, so...
He sat on the phone for 10 minutes waiting to say,
Just to drop in Harambe.
I hope he's proud of his work.
Oh, shout out to
Man.
you, Jake. I appreciate you, man.
We're back in 2 minutes.
Drive into Memorial Day all month long at Cunis. Get the best savings of the year at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Cunis locations in Oak Creek and Greenfield. Get huge discounts on the Buick Envista and Envision SUVs or the rugged GMC Terrain and Sierra. Visit your local dealer website for one of our 10 pre-owned super specials. You won't find deals like this anywhere else. Plus, we have unbeatable service specials on brakes, tires, and oil changes.
I'm Brian Bohm, General Manager of Cunis of Oak Creek.
And I'm Bill Eater, General Manager of Cunis of Greenfield.
We would like to invite you to take advantage of these great monthly specials.
And remember that your vehicle will be covered by our exclusive No Fear lifetime powertrain warranty included with new and qualified pre-owned purchases.
Call or stop in today for your VIP appointment.
Drive into Memorial Day all month long at Cunis.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
At the Knickerbocker Hotel, we believe your stay should be as convenient and luxurious as possible. Whether you're planning a small meeting or a special event, our versatile space is perfect for any occasion. Start your day with a delicious meal at the Nick Restaurant and Bar, or unwind at the Nick Salon and Spa. Wanting to stay active? Their 24-hour fitness center is always available. If you need something custom made or alterations made, there's a tailor on site. The Knickerbocker, where every detail is designed with your comfort in mind. For more information and to book your next stay, visit knickerbockeronthelake.com.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Strophy running the show. We're with you, 94.5 ESPN and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. And just because he did it his first time yesterday, might be worth going to our sister station, 620 WTMJ and the Brewers Radio Network. Attaboy!
Okay.
He's back, baby.
It is good to see him Getting in rhythm.
And that, courtesy of 620 WTMJ,
So what
the
inning are we
Brewers
in?
are tied 4-4 in the bottom of the ninth.
So what is this in Brewers math?
I mean, man, they're at the 50-yard line, and there's 2 seconds left. No, there's enough time for 2 plays, probably 12 seconds.
Why the 50-yard line?
Hail Marys, baby.
Because they're close. They're close. But they got to get 1 play to get into field goal range, and or you try to Hail Mary.
But you okay. So what if they get another hit?
They probably then got to the 40-yard line, 57-yard field goal.
What do you mean? 2 seconds? You can't.
Yeah, try a field goal, a long field goal.
Can you do a play? Can you do something in 2 seconds? Can you catch the football and throw it?
No, they got 12 seconds now.
He said, wait a minute.
I was wrong. I said 2 seconds. I was like, no. 12.
I'll show you've been wrong.
12. Yeah. I said 2. No, 12. So enough room for 1 play to get into field goal position.
I see why you left Barry. It wasn't by choice. It's a lie. Thank God y'all came calling.
Yeah, seriously. He's messing up all these portfolios.
Don't say that. It's your former employer, man.
I love my client.
I love him.
You only get the best with Barry.
You need his address? I'll tell you where he lives if he messed up your portfolio. Did you actually go to IU?
Sell.
Did you actually go to IU?
Yeah.
So he claimed.
IU. Exactly.
So now I'm going to turn it. So here's the problem, Kyle. The way we started the show was Strofe made us do something I really didn't want to do. That, and I'll take ownership of that. That's on me. And
what did he just do? Strofe, I need you to calm down.
No, seriously. I literally need you to calm down.
I need you to simmer
popped
down.
up, you fist pumped, and then you put the Brewers Radio Network over the air without giving me a chance to set it up. And all I heard was it was caught. Show your face.
And they are in the 10th inning now.
My man needs to chill. All right.
We didn't get the first down. Overtime.
Bro, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna lose it.
What do we got next, Ben?
Yeah. What do we have next?
Right now?
Yeah.
What do you mean next? I mean, it's supposed to be right now, but we spent 4 minutes doing God knows what.
What do we have now, Ben?
Well, what I was gonna say was the problem with the start of the show is he got us into Brewers math. It ruined your brain. Brad got all excited.
Yeah.
Then we went to Wheel of Strofe, which
awful.
stunk until the end.
Yeah, the ship is sinking on that already.
And then we get to here, and Brad still wants to bring up Brewers math.
It's the perfect time.
And then I'm supposed to go to a segment that involves Brad, and how am I supposed to trust Brad to do the segment based off where his brain is?
I'm a pro.
I told y'all.
And then we got to hear Brad out next.
Wait, this is a Brad segment going into a Brad.
I'll bring it back. I know I'm the one that's sort of disrupting this whole thing. Let's talk about Badger football. I'm serious about Badger football. Now, that's something that I can get real serious about as we wait for the Brewers to enter overtime.
Don't even stop saying Brewers. You're banned from using the B word today.
To react to, I'll wait on talking about anything Brewers math because I'm serious about this topic. We talked yesterday about the Wisconsin Badgers. They're over/under for the year is 5.5 games.
I don't want to hear your numbers either.
It's 5.5. Okay, sorry. 5.5. How about? I'm going to pull up the other teams that also had 5.5 over-unders. Listen to this. Are these programs you guys want to be associated with? For college football. Arizona, Arkansas, Boston College, Cal, Michigan State, Rutgers, Syracuse, Central Florida, UCLA, Vanderbilt, and Wisconsin. Those are the Power 4 college football programs that all have an over/under of win total of 5.5 games.
Boo-boo.
When I hear Wisconsin in a class of those teams,
Rutgers
I get concerned.
In Michigan State right now.
Syracuse.
They had a good season last year.
UCF. UCF had that one good year, but you look at that, and I'm just concerned about where the program is going. Now, I'll always be a Badger fan. I'll always bleed red, bleed Cardinal, but when I said yesterday, I'm concerned about the program's direction if they fall under 5.5 games. NIL funding might dry up, ticket renewals, all these things that can cascade. We put it on social media. We had it on the show. There was a range of reaction. A lot of people said, their words, Fickle's a fraud. This had programs that heading in the wrong direction. It's going to be more like 3 games. So that is asserting pressure. There was also a contingent that was saying, hey, are you a real fan? A real fan stays a fan through the bad years. It's only been 2 years. Let him grow the program. You're being too impatient. So I'm just curious, and I'm curious where you guys stand as far as saying going into this year, is it pressure or patience for Luke Fickell and the Wisconsin Badger program? Because I'm trying to find a way to insert patience into myself because I don't have it right now.
It's okay, for the record, to be a fan and to be wrong about being a fan. Like, I can be a fan of Badger football, be very impatient by saying this is the 3rd year of Luke Fickell. They have a 5.5 win total. I don't care who the schedule is. There's an expectation when you're paying somebody $7.8 million after the amount of time he's had to be more competitive than they are. And if they are more competitive than I think they're going to be, it's okay for me to be a fan and be wrong. Now, you could be either one, but I would tell you, it's probably pretty stupid to be on the patient side based off the evidence that we have and based off how you can see other teams in college football turn it around quicker. They lost 2 years trying to build an identity with Phil Longo. You can't rebuild a football program with a new offensive coordinator and a new identity and a new shift in 1 year after you've had 2 years of paying somebody the most you've ever paid the head coach for 2 years. And now in year 3, you're going to be like, all right, yep, have patience. Have patience for what? How should I have faith? You tell me why I should have faith. You tell me why I should have faith, and then I'll listen.
Well, and the only reason that people would say, oh, you got to give him more time was he said, these are all Coach Chris guys, right? He doesn't have his guys in there. This is year 3 in a transfer portal environment. Like, these are all his guys. And honestly, the guys that got drafted, like Jack Nelson and Hunter Wohler, those were the studs last year. Those were Chris guys. You don't have those guys anymore. So these are all completely Luke Fickell guys and completely Luke Fickell handpicked coaches. And it's all his team now. So I'm on your side, Ben, where it's like patience. That's what the first 2 years were. Year 3 is where we start to turn it around because I'm looking at Nebraska. I'm looking at Indiana, other Big Ten teams that have been able to turn it around faster than Wisconsin.
And I got so sick of when I called the Badgers out and Fickell out a little bit. They're like, I brought up Indiana as example. Like, look at Curt Cignetti. They're like, well, look at his schedule. The Badgers, year 1, had a very similar schedule to what Curt Cignetti did in year 1. Last year, it was tougher, but it was also year 2. And so now, after you've had a year, it was a softer schedule, a year in which, again, it was a tough schedule, but you still got routed by Iowa 42-10. That score is ingrained in my brain. Iowa 42-10. And then you lose to Nebraska by a ton. You lose to Minnesota. Tell me why I should have patience. Because when there's something that's happening that is unacceptable from any standard of any coach that's been to a college football playoff like Luke Fickell's have been, or if you are a Badger that has seen success, that is not okay by anyone's standard.
Yeah, so this is it, fellas. I'm just telling you this right now, is that it's all pressure. It's complete pressure. Yes, Indiana is a great excuse. I don't care that Indiana had a little softer schedule. They still beat average football teams and some good football teams.
And they destroyed some average football teams.
You absolutely are putting up points in year 1, right? And then on top of that, when you look at Arizona State sucked 2 years ago, right? Their coach was in year 2 this year, and what did he do? He was able to go 11-3 and compete in the college football playoffs. They didn't get blown out in the college football playoff. They competed in the college football playoff. So when I look at this Badger football program, I think about the talent on the roster. It's one thing if Wisconsin was bringing in recruits from all these top schools, but when I have to look at a list, and it's not the only guys that are coming. When I look at a list that says a transfer from Hawaii, a transfer from Central Michigan University, a transfer from Jacksonville State, a transfer from Idaho, a transfer from Missouri State, a transfer from a Division III school. Now, knock on these kids. It's not personal against y'all. But if these kids were really, really talented, they would have not had to start at these other different places, right? Wisconsin is getting basically the guys that are left over. They're not getting the top-tier guys. So what you're going to see is you're not going to see a program that's going to take a next step because they're not getting cream of the crop type guys. Billy Edwards Jr. is the quarterback that you're bringing in. He was the quarterback at Maryland last year who, newsflash, didn't make a bowl game. So what in the world makes you think that Wisconsin out of nowhere is going to be able to turn it around when they don't have a great quarterback, when they don't have somebody who's very talented at that position? I'm sure he's a good kid, I'm sure. and I'm sure he's okay at football, but he's not a guy that's going to take the Badgers to win 10, 11 games this year. He's not going to take you down to Alabama, to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, to get a victory. He's going to take you down there to get ran out of the dang arena or ran out of the stadium. And so the issue I have with the Wisconsin Badgers is the fact that there's a lot of pressure on Luke Fickell, and I know he ain't going to rise to the occasion because he doesn't have the roster to rise to the occasion. Do y'all feel that? You know what you feel? Nothing, because we have a lack of feeling that this team is actually going to do something.
I was like, what do I feel?
Yeah,
and you were like, you're right. I don't feel
there's no passion.
I felt void.
We are a hopeless fan base, and that's the saddest thing for Wisconsin, because we have not won a national championship, I think, ever for college football.
Ever.
But we always had hope. Right? I understand that having hope, it gives you something to cheer for. But we haven't had to deal with the team that we're talking about maybe getting to a bowl game. Never. This is the first year ever, where we have a full consensus on probably all shows here on ESPN Wisconsin, where everybody believes Wisconsin will be lucky to make a bowl game this year.
Well,
Wisconsin will be lucky to
keep Mark Tauscher out of this.
Well, I can't speak from. Well, you know what? I don't know what's in Mark's head, but I know what's in his heart.
Ooh,
that's powerful. That's deep.
You guys may have touched on this. Who's the starting running back?
Probably Darian Dupree.
Darian Dupree or Cade Yakimelli, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Dylan Jones.
Wow, that's like Monte Ball and James White all over again.
There was Monte Ball, James White, and
Melvin.
And that was crazy. Now we're just reminiscing.
I mean, even
it's fun to think about.
And Braylon Allen was fun for a minute.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. And John Clay was on his way out.
Now, I think Dupree can be solid, but
it don't matter. Yeah, it don't matter.
Their running game is going to be decent, but is the offensive line going to be good, right? Like this isn't the same Wisconsin football team. They have no identity, fellas. Like they legitimately have no identity. You have kids on the roster that don't play for the W because they're just coming in here for a bag. You lost. You don't have a fence around Wisconsin anymore. You're not keeping kids at home. You've done a poor job at recruiting and developing kids. So at this point, it's just a revolving door of average players, which gets you average results on the football field, which is why your team didn't make a bowl game last year. I'm telling y'all this right now. Those last 3 games that they lost, when they lost to Iowa, when they lost to Nebraska, and when they lost to Minnesota, that told me everything I need to know about the direction of the program. He couldn't get them boys hyped up to play in important games that not only were games where you can potentially win trophies, play for pride, but play for opportunity to go to a bowl game. They didn't give a damn.
The Nebraska, Minnesota, Iowa losses, inexcusable.
Can't say it ain't different. It just is. And the way it happened, even more so. But I do know that Road America has events that go into September. So, I mean, if things start bad, ugly against, you got something to do. Like, go to the 4-mile road course, 4 Mile Plus. I mean, it's amazing there. They have concession stands everywhere, clean bathrooms. Kids are free if they're 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. It's affordable family fun at Road America. And up next, you have the WeatherTech Chicago, and that is June 6th through the 8th. Come for the experience, stay for the race. It has been amazing since 1955, and it's more than just a racetrack. It is a place for you to bring family, friends, corporate events, go-karting. You go all across the racetrack. You can go to turn 1 and then be like, you know what, I want to check out turn 12. Guess what? You can do it. You can go drive around the inside of the racetrack, get in and out through the tunnels. It's convenient. It's fun. It's fast. It's delicious. Check out Road America. RoadAmerica.com for tickets. Hear Brad out, but I will say if the Brewers do anything in the bottom of the 10th and make a comeback, we're jumping in if you're stinks, so it better be good.
Oh, it's good.
That's what you say a lot. Next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Listen, Diana, that's her name. Listen, we all about positive manifestation. I like you, Diana. All it is negative. Diana. Criticize.
Dirty Diana.
I love you, Kyle.
Love you too, girl.
I love you, Kyle.
I love you too. That's what I'm talking about. The real Packer Nation.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kind of a hefty ride right now on southbound 41. We're seeing delays from before Good Hope Road, pretty much all the way down to about Hampton. Once you get past that, you're okay. On the northbound side, slowing down just north of Watertown Plank Road, all the way up to Hampton. Southbound 43, backing up from just before Capitol Drive, all the way down towards the Locust area. On the northbound side, we've got delays from Fond du Lac Avenue up towards Keith. Traffic is brought to you by Bud Pavilion's free concert series, Wednesday Night Live. Gates open tonight at 6. Live music starts at 7 with Rebel Grace from the Bud Pavilion at City Fair Park. And checking the TMJ for Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, isolated showers with a low of 50. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, slight chance for a shower, high of 68. Weather's brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazda on 94.5 ESPN.
Your chance to spend an afternoon on the links with ESPN Milwaukee is just a tap away. The 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open happens July 15th at the Ball Golf Course, and we're inviting a lucky ESPN Milwaukee fan and 3 guests. Hang out with your favorite ESPN Milwaukee hosts, play around at one of Wisconsin's most popular courses, and enjoy food and drinks throughout the day. Open up the contest tab in the ESPN Wisconsin app and register for your chance to win this fan foursome with ESPN Milwaukee.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
I'm Monica Kessler.
Monica makes sure that everything at Kessler's is worthy of a lifetime warranty.
The quality of your ring is incredibly important when it comes to diamond setting, ring sizing, and repairs.
Monica has been part of Kessler's since she was 6 years old.
Let me tell you how to judge the quality of the jewelry you're buying.
It's easier than you think.
All you have to do is read the warranty.
Most stores offer a 5-year warranty, but Kessler's offers a lifetime warranty, the strongest in the world.
We can do it because we put more gold in your jewelry.
When a jeweler wants to make a bigger profit, they put less gold into the jewelry. This makes it thinner and easier to break.
Theirs might look like ours at first glance, but Kessler's jewelry is made not to break, and that takes more gold.
We give you a lifetime warranty because our jewelry is made to last forever, just like your love.
Gold is more than $2,000 an ounce.
Kessler's gives you more gold, a lot more gold.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman's Brad Nortman. You hear me talk about Carbless and their refreshing flavors all the time. One of my favorites is watermelon, and Carbless just dropped the Watermelon Vodka Cocktail 4-pack. Perfect for chilling, grilling, or game day thrills. You know the drill. Zero sugar, unlimited flavor. Enjoy clean, crisp refreshment without the guilt. That's what Carbless does. Find the new Watermelon 4-packs wherever you get your Carbless. Crack open the taste of summer and get your bliss on.
Brewers and Padres action is coming at you June 6th through the 8th. Catch an electric weekend of baseball as 2 of the game's youngest superstars square off. The first Friday game of June means Wisconsinites can grab half-off tickets to the Brewers series opener on the 6th, then score one of the top giveaways of the season, a Jackson Churio replica jersey presented by Chevrolet for the first 25,000 ticketed fans through the gates June 7th. Get seats at Brewers.com.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. It's Weed Man Wednesday. Weed Man for the win.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Strofe running the show. That was the most complete I felt all show. Talking a little Badger football with former punter Brad Nortman. Big fan Kyle Wallace and emotional fan Ben Brust when it comes to the Wisconsin Badgers. I will say that.
Been a real downer today.
Me?
Who else?
I'm going to hit you.
Okay. Prove my point.
I mean, rightfully so. I mean, it's been a mess.
I just needed
half of
you to say that.
Strofe, you've been a mess. Your whole new game that you played sucks. I mean, I'll be honest. I love you, but it sucks so far. Yeah. I mean,
the only good thing about the new segment is us saying
"Wheel of Strofe, Wheel of Strofe." That's the only good thing.
It's the only good thing. And that's, what was that, 2 seconds?
That was 2 seconds.
I do love those 2 seconds, though.
Yeah, Brad, okay. Yeah, Brad.
Sure you do.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah.
800-990-3776 is the Carbless talk and text line, and you usually want to have that handy when it's time to hear Brad out.
They say punters are people too.
Punters are worthy of breaking news.
No, really, that's what they say.
Raising awareness everywhere that punters are people too.
Okay, let's go to it. Time to hear from the punter. Time to hear Brad out.
All right, guys.
Pretty good. Pretty good. You know what? We throw problems here. I come with solutions. That is what Hear Brad Out is. That's what this has become. So we've been a little critical of the Wisconsin Badger football program, but I've got solutions. You know what that solutions is? It's money. How do they possibly get more NIL dollars? Then maybe we can get the transfers from Alabama or Georgia or Ohio State. So I came up with 3 solutions to increase the Wisconsin Badgers NIL funds. And I think that they need $20 million more per year. I think $20 million more per year will get them to be a top, based on what I know vaguely about the NIL.
Yeah.
That will get them to the top.
How the hell are you going to get this?
And I got 3 things I'm going to implement to get them to $20 million each and every year.
I want to hear it.
I admit I didn't know there was going to be so much math early in the show. There's a little bit of math on this first one.
My
I'm
head
going
hurts.
to try to keep it super simple. The first one is powerful. The last 2 are super fun. First one. I call it the Quick Trip Roundup. You guys know when you guys go to check out and you have like $25 and 35 cents, and it says, do you want to round up?
I always say no.
You want to round up
for
to
good
be
cause.
able
So now Brad is taking money from good causes to go to make the Badger football program better.
This is Hear Brad Out. Hear Brad Out. So what's more Wisconsin than Quick Trip? So it's the Quick Trip Roundup. When you go to fill up your gas or you go to buy yourself a little quickery bakery type thing, then it'll ask you to round up. I did a little bit of research on how many transactions Quick Trip has. I was deep into research. Guys, okay, we've talked so much math. I don't want to go too much into detail, but it's astounding.
All right, hit me. Come on. We're already deep. Let's get deeper.
Quick Trip has 11.5 million customers per week. 11.5 million. That's over 872 locations. Now, some of those locations are
across the country.
506 of them are Wisconsin. 506. So just the Wisconsin per week, and then taken down per day, is 1,885. One Quick Trip location has 1,885 transactions. So if you take that times the stores, you get 3, and then times 365 days, you get 358 million transactions right here in the great state of Wisconsin.
So I got 1,885.
Yep. So if you multiply that times 365 days,
that's the amount of stores that we have.
Well, so no, that's how many transactions per store.
Transactions per store by 365 days.
Yep. And then times 506 locations, that's 358 million transactions right here in the great state of Wisconsin. Now, even if 10% of those transactions, so 90% say no, 10% do it.
And that's 10% of the 358 million transactions round up.
That's about 36 million transactions times 49 cents. That's the average roundup.
Average, okay.
$17 million. $17 million with the Quick Trip Roundup.
I'm not going to lie. I kind of love this.
That's pretty good, right?
And I just want to make sure your math's mathing.
That's assuming we can check it now in the break, but that's assuming 90% say no.
Okay, 99.
So again, really quick.
That's assuming 90% say no. You still get 17 million?
On a 49-cent roundup average.
1,885 transactions per day at any one Quick Trip.
Okay, come on now.
506 Quick Trips.
Okay, so what's number 2?
Okay, number 2. This is where it gets even better. So that's 17 million. We got 3 million more to go.
Okay, now come on.
Badger roasts. Okay. You roast Luke Fickell one year. The next year, the Tom Brady roast was a huge success. You roast
I
Luke
don't know
Fickell.
if Luke Fickell gonna walk away from a roast.
You roast.
You lose your bum.
You roast Russell Wilson. That would be a fun roast. You roast J.J. Watt.
Okay.
You roast Alvarez.
We get it. How much money is you bringing
So
in
here,
now?
a direct to consumer, $2 to live stream it, At $199, that's fairly reasonable. I think 1 million people would watch that. There's 6 million people in Wisconsin.
I think we just stop at Quick Trip.
No, but
take the 17 million and let the fundraisers do the rest.
We need more money.
We do need more money. So I think 1 million
Billy
people would buy.
Edwards Jr.
That's
ain't
2
gonna do
million
it for
people.
People are already complaining about all these streaming services for every sport, and now you're trying to get them to stream a roast?
But, one roast for $2. Who wouldn't want to see Russell Wilson roasted for $2?
I'll just
I
watch
can just
the clips
do them
on
right
social
here.
media.
Well, this would be formal. Everybody watch the Brady roast.
Okay. So wait a minute.
Okay,
Wait,
so
with the roast, or
Yes.
should I wait? Let me stop. This is here, Brad.
Okay, so we got Quick Trip Roundup, we got Badger Roasts, and finally, Camp Randall Carnival. Camp Randall Carnival. No, I'm serious.
Bro, you always start out so damn good.
We need a final million. We're at 19. We need a final $1 million to 20. Here's what I'm thinking. Guys, this is going to be fun.
No.
A long weekend. Camp Randall. The indoor and the field turns into a carnival. You got Whack-A-Gopher instead of Whack-A-Mole. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, Duck Hunt, but Oregon Duck Hunt. Bang, you nail it.
That's very good.
Jump around bounce house.
Okay.
They're jumping around in the bounce
You're cooking
house.
with these ideas, not going to lie.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then you dunk a Badger. You're trying to catch passes and catch punts. Fireworks at the end of it. I think a Friday night, a full day Saturday, and a full day Sunday, you get 100,000 people. You get 100,000 people, $10 per person. That's $1 million. So you got Camp Randall Carnival with Whack-A-Gopher. Just think about that. Just whack it. Whack the gopher. It's
clever.
But what about the setup? Like,
that's what I'm thinking. There's a cost.
There's a cost on this. We just
that's
get
donated.
Oh,
that's donated by the carnival.
Okay.
The carnival donates.
The carnival. That's the name of the company cutting the check.
The Camp Randall Carnival.
So we're assuming
donated.
carnies have enough money to donate their stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
That they're gonna especially create for Wisconsin because instead of having
make it $20.
Well, you could probably just pop like a head on the mole, a gopher head on the mole.
Yeah, you could do it economically.
How much is that? Is that free too?
You just stick like Oregon.
All right, I just want to stick with the Quick Trip Roundup.
Ben, you're right. Badger Roast, Camp Randall Carnival. Jump around bounce house. That's so good.
Greg chimes in as a corporate Quick Trip employee. This is the best here, Brad, out he's ever heard.
Yeah,
Quick Trip.
That's why I wanted to stay there.
Let's implement it. And he knows these transactions. Quick Trip. Shout out to Quick Trip.
So, Brad, I will say this. You're absolutely right. That
$20 million.
That was the first idea was really good. And here's the thing: is that you're on to something with the Quick Trip because they are a staple in Wisconsin. And I think if they say the right thing as they usually do, they make people happy when they walk out that door.
Yeah,
get you some free air. You know what I'm saying, for your tire.
Yeah.
You go ahead, and people want to round up that extra 49 cents. Oh yeah, to the NIL, so we don't suck anymore.
Easy money.
And then, but you got to grow. Guess what else is a staple of Wisconsin?
Oh, I like it, Kyle. I like it.
Culver's.
Oh,
Culver's. Go ahead, right? Okay, I got for my little burger and my cheese curds. I'm at 9. 45. I got 55 for Wisconsin getting quarterback. I'll round up another one. Cousins, some better bread, better subs, better football, baby. And Donald Driver already cheesing for him. So Brad, you own to something.
We are going to win a national championship.
We are. I mean, and then the last one is Kohl's Department Store.
Kohl's Department Store.
They're a local staple.
Sure are.
They're a staple. And matter of fact, what they can do, they should lie to other states because all these places in other states and say it's towards something good and then send it to us.
Oh wow, deceive them.
Rob Peter to pay Paul.
The Wisconsin
You're just
roundup.
getting too far, like Brad did.
I'm telling you, you talk about Culver's, Cousins, Kohl's,
and
Quick Trip, all K's or C's.
Help kids go to college. Help kids eat in college.
Yes,
that's what it's for.
You're funding hungry college kids.
And education.
Who wouldn't say no to that?
Yeah, that's all you tell them.
We're going to have a $100 million roster. We are going to win every national championship from here going forward.
JD and Fondy tries grading Here Brad Out, but I'm here to defend Here Brad Out. 10% of $358 million is $305 million.
35 million.
And that is wrong. But by the way, the math was we were going to take 10% of all transactions and then do the 49% or 49 cents on average.
Yes, 350 million Quick Trip transactions. Take 10% of that. That's 3.8 million transactions times 49 cents, $17 million.
Does that include gas or does that include in-store?
Because that's both.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you.
So that's just per customer. So you might fill up in the gas tank and go inside.
It's too late though on the gas. Because once I'm done, if they ask me to round up after the gas, I'm gonna tell them no. I'm gonna be honest.
Why?
I'm gonna say,
for a quarterback?
No, listen,
You say,
gas is
round
different.
up.
Gas
It's
is
20
different.
cents.
I'm already trying to save on gas.
But you do like the click, click, click to get a little bit extra in there?
No, I don't. I stop at perfect numbers 10, 20, 30, 40.
It can do that for you. It'll do that for you. It'll round up the dollar.
Ooh, you know the selection? Would you like to round up your gas to the nearest Badger roundup?
Yes, exactly. Round up your gas to the nearest dollar from your local Badger.
They would get you.
If they said, hey, do you want to round up to the next dollar to go towards Badgers football?
And,
I went to 20 and 21, I would do it.
You know, on the screen, too, a floating W would come out. You know, a roar of Camp Randall. You'd be suckered in just like me.
I would be.
I'd be like, yeah,
Brad,
what's 30 cents?
Brad, the second two ideas sucked. I don't know where you
No,
got
I mean,
those
Badger
from.
Roast and Camp Randall Carnival is pretty good.
No, they suck.
No.
They suck.
Just
They
take your
suck.
W and take your L's and
Let's contact
get running.
Quick Trip. I feel like this might be something that we need to take this idea, and how much I love Wisconsin. If this idea comes to life, KBN wants the residuals.
100%.
Right here.
We want
You're
our
hearing it now.
residuals.
This is recorded. It is May 28th at 3:34. We came up. I came up.
No, he said we. He said we.
You know what? There's something for everybody. Come on, KBN.
Yeah, we'll figure out the back end.
Yeah.
Just like they'll figure it out too. Like we're trusting Quick Trip to do the roundups, right? You know, they're not gonna take any of the extras. You know what I'm saying? No, they would never. We love them, and we also love Weedman. It's a Weedman Wednesday. Go to weedman.com to get 50% off your first treatment, half off at weedman.com. Golf course quality fertilizer, effective weed control, and kid and pet friendly. You get everything you need with Weedman. Go to weedman.com. Love Weedman Wednesday, and the Brewers won 6-5 in extras.
Yes, sir.
A good here, Brad, out, and a good result for the Milwaukee Brewers.
The sweep, baby. Bring out the brooms, baby.
Hey,
This is a good sign.
finally.
This is a good sign.
It's the first sweep of the year.
First sweep and 4 in a row.
And guess what? We don't need Brewers math to know what's a sweep. We don't need Brewers math to know that they're
63-yard field goal by Salvatore to win the game.
We don't know.
Salvatore.
No.
We don't. Brewers.
No, you're ruining this. This was me and Strofe.
Oh, wow. He's
Well,
not
it was
welcome
really
in on the
just me
Brewers
and then
chant?
Ben
No,
stole it.
no. What we're supposed to do is he goes and we all go together.
So it's like this, Kyle.
They don't have the time.
But you're the only one that didn't participate.
I know because they jump in right
you wanna
away.
try again?
There's a pause. Like you got to let it
breathe
sit.
a little bit. All right, we'll try again.
So exciting, though.
Brewers. There we go.
That's better, guys.
And
Good
they're a
job.
game over 500, so I don't care what you say in Brewers math. I just know in real math, my team is surging.
No Brewers math. Kyle's happy. We're next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Top 5 of my guys.
That's a great
throughout my
idea.
career.
Why aren't they doing it? Me? I was just putting myself in the ranking.
He loves himself.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Northbound 43 backing up out of the Marquette all the way to Keefe. Southbound heavy from just before Capitol Drive all the way down past Keefe, and then back on the brakes from Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Westbound 94, you're looking at delays from 25th Street all the way past Mitchell Boulevard. And check the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight. Mostly cloudy, isolated showers with a low of 50. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a slight chance for shower, a high of 68. Weather's brought to you by Tsunami Express Car Wash. Visit any of their 6 locations in the Milwaukee market today. Try your first wash free when you sign up online at TsunamiExpress.com. Wash, chill, repeat. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls. Right now, get 50% off your windows plus no interest and no payments for 12 months and a free entry door with your window purchase. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sport called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni frozen pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian. Taste what all the screamin' is about.
Big trucks can be intimidating. If you've been seriously injured in a truck crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Trucking law can be extremely complicated. You don't want to take on the insurance company alone. Gruber Law Offices has the experience, the resources, and of course, the results. We know truck law. We know the rules and regulations. We know what it takes to win. Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank? At your local IKEA in Oak Creek, they believe everyone deserves a beautiful and affordable living experience that enhances your everyday life. From comfortable and fashionable sofas and sectionals, to kitchens full of inspiration, to bedrooms designed to help you find your best sleep and relaxation, IKEA's home furnishing combines form and function to fit any lifestyle and budget. Visit IKEA Oak Creek today or explore their collection online at ikea.com/US.
For general contest rules, visit espnwisconsincontest.com.
Are you dreaming about summer in your backyard yet? Landworks handles projects of all sizes. From a cozy pocket patio lush with greenery to a grand outdoor hosting space and everything in between. Locally owned and operated, Landworks prides themselves on exceptional customer service and a personal approach to all of your landscaping needs. The Landworks team of experts will work closely with you, making your property shine all year. Experience the Landworks difference. Visit landworkswisconsin.com. That's landworkswisconsin.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just for you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
It's a Weed Man Wednesday on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. Weed Man for the win.
3-1. Popped him up into center field. Backing up is Rafaela. Still going back. This ball is carrying. This is going to end the game, I think. Rafaela the catch. Tagging from third. Freeland. Throw home is late. Brewers have done it 2 days in a row. Walk-off winners in the 10th inning.
That audio courtesy of our sister station 620 WTMJ and the Brewers Radio Network. Josh Mauer on the call as the Brewers sweep the Red Sox. If my math is correct, I believe I was crying not too long ago about getting blanked 4 out of 5, and they've won 8 of the last 11. No, that seems too much.
I think that's right.
Yeah, it is right. So maybe I just complain more and good things will happen.
I'm feeling good.
It's good to be on a little bit of a hot streak after what they went through.
Especially, look, they still... I got Quintana watching from the dugout. I got Brandon Woodruff still making rehab starts. I mean, like, they're still... I mean, the bullpen is absolutely maxed to the death.
Yeah.
And they pulled this off. Freddie had 60 pitches at the top of the third inning. I'm like, please go deep. For the love of God, help the team out. But they found a way to gut out another win. And they are 1 game above 500. And despite everything that has gone against them, it doesn't mean they're a perfect team. But goodness gracious, there's a lot of teams that would have quit. Pat Murphy is a great manager. Even after he made the comments of it, let's be honest, let's not act like we wouldn't go spend a lot of money. We don't have a ton of depth. Nobody complained and cried. They just kept going to work. You need your stars to star. Yelich had a walk-off grand slam yesterday. Obviously today, gutted out in extra inning. I mean, gutted it out.
Came back.
These are the type of victories that build character. And I will say, once you hit Memorial Day, gosh, it was amazing to see. Strofe, you were there. What'd that crowd feel like?
Electric.
That's what Mark Antanasio said. That's what he wanted. He wanted the crowd to
It was
feel
summer fun because summer's officially here. It was a summer full of family memories. Your daughter was with you, Ben. Family memories.
But again,
And Mark Antanasio gave you that.
He sure did. He might not have given you a lot of players.
Ain't no way, Mark.
While we're dragging
Mark
Ben
didn't
down,
give me nothing.
While we're dragging Ben down, it's the happiest he's been all day by a metric mile. The Red Sox aren't very good.
They're not playing well. I mean, they have plenty of. Bregman's on IL, and see now you're going to take me deep.
Yeah, you're not going to
Bregman's on IL.
They sweep.
Devers is a freaking stud. You
Rafael?
beat Crochet in the first game. Here's the thing.
That's how you say it, Crochet.
Garrett Crochet.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
How did you think you said it?
Oh, I thought it was.
So, overall, yes.
You don't even know who that is.
I
He's
don't
a
care
pitcher. He played for the White Sox before, and they
I don't
traded
care
for
if it's
him.
the
What are you
Red
talking
Sox.
about?
I don't care if it's the Rockies who have 9 wins. I don't even think they've gotten 10 yet. They swept a team, and they needed to sweep a team, and they did it heading into out of Memorial Day weekend. And it's good to be a Brewers fan right now after there were some turbulent times with the bats.
This is a great time.
Let's go.
The Brewers are.
Look, if we're being honest, I did this with Strofe during the break. I mean, this is how they're doing. They're winning 6-5.
It's America.
With as I'm looking at it, you got Isaac Collins played okay, but he's not an everyday left fielder. He's 0-5 today. Caleb Durbin, thank God, the last 2 weeks has been a great ball player. Joey Ortiz is still out there batting 180. This is the back end. I need more Bowers. Good with Bowers, but that's hard to continue to win with. And they're finding a way with all the injuries at pitching to be one game above 500.
I think when the pitching gets healthy, the Brewers are going to have a chance. Now hitting, I'm guys got to turn it around.
But even with the pitching being not healthy and unhealthy, the pitching staff has done pretty admirable.
And that's the thing.
Bullpen's just been a little taxed because they haven't been able to go as deep because they got a lot of guys injured and you got a lot of young arms. You're not going to let them go as deep, so they got a lot of things they're juggling, and they're one game above 500.
I know I've done my Salvatore thing now for years about Sal Frelick because I always thought he didn't get the respect he deserved.
It's not a bit. He is so good for this team.
The last 2 weeks, he's hitting about 400. Today, he had as many hits as the rest of the team combined. He was 4 for 5 today. Scored the game-winning run. He had that great double play yesterday. Had a crucial hit in the 9th inning yesterday. He has been so good for this team. Sal has the last few weeks. And really, to Benny's point, it was looking a little dicey there for a minute. But this is the response this Brewers team needed to generate some excitement heading into a crucial stretch in the season, to stay in the mix in the NL Central. They're back over 500. Finally got that elusive sweep. This is big. This is exciting. This is good.
And it's not like we're doing this 1 month into the season. We're doing this six football games out of a 17-game season.
That's a good chunk. You start to know who you are.
Ben, if you want me to fire it up, you just say the word.
Third of the season. No, we did Brewers math, and if you missed Brewers math, if you're just joining us on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, I don't think 100.5 ESPN has yet. They probably have the post-game show going, but if you have just joined us and you want to hear something about this game that makes no sense to the game that we just talked about, are you saying they shouldn't go back and listen?
Question. So the Brewers are now through how many games with Brewers math?
6 NFL games.
Okay, and what is the record through these games?
29 and 28. Oh no, it's 3-3 for the.
So wait, this is what Brewers math is. A team can be over 500 in reality, but 3-3 in Brewers math.
The reality is
it's time for baseball math.
On his way to third is Meyer. The throw is great, and they got him. Oh, what a throw by Sal!
Sponsored by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Explore more at paysbig.com.
Oh my goodness, Christian Yelich. He walks it off in grand fashion.
How long is this imaging?
On KBN.
Yes, Kyle, the Brewers are 29 and 28, and that equals 57 games, which equals for every one football game is every 9.5 baseball games, because 17 baseball games in Brewers math is 162. 9.5 times 17 is 162.
Okay, this is the 100th time you guys told me that.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So although they are 29 and 28, they are 3-3 in Brewers math, because at any point over the next 2 games, that's not even a full quarter of a football game. So They could be losing. They could be winning. They're 3-3. There's still a lot of ball game left in this next football game of Brewers math.
And it's like they're 3-3, but you got some tiebreakers, right?
And it always goes too far.
Always goes too far. You have a higher You always have a higher point differential. You got a winning record in the division. Some head-to-head. It's your 500, but if you look deep, you're a little bit ahead of 500, relatively speaking.
So Kyle doesn't understand a word you just said.
So how many
Brewers math?
So what do the Brewers need to do to be 4-3 in their next 9.5 games?
See, the beautiful thing about Brewers math is you don't project.
You let the math tell you when you get through 9.5 games.
Math tells you. You don't tell math.
But what if they win 5 of their next 7? Then they're objectively 4-3, right?
We got to wait 9.5 games.
But then if they were, in theory, obviously this will never happen, but if they were to lose their next 40 games, 40,
yes,
would they then in reverse actually be like 3-5? Would you have to change their record in retrospect?
No, I think they'd be worse than 3-5.
Oh, so once you achieve a certain record at some point in the season, it does not stick.
We would like to not change the record,
but Brewers math, the math is going to tell you where you're at.
Yeah.
Things are fluid.
Yes.
I'm still having trouble wrapping my head around how this works. I'm starting
he's
to
coming
like
down.
It.
He's finally coming off what he had.
No,
because now he's
starting to
real.
like it.
You can't live in hypotheticals with Brewer math. Brewer math is concrete.
No, but
it's
we do live in hypotheticals because this is not a football season.
It is hypothetical.
We are living strictly
but you
in
can't
hypotheticals.
project hypotheticals.
Stop talking.
Strofe finally. So Strofe has come down.
We gotta go to break. Strofe, you're killing me with that long imaging.
Strofe. The Brewers won. Let's do it.
Yeah, it was my fault. You're right.
It was. It just nobody on the air knows it.
It was your fault, Strofe. What are you silent for? Go to break, like he said.
Oh, was that not you going to break?
Yes.
Well, we didn't play it. Press the button.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Yeah, see, the thing about me is I like
you
a little
like crazy.
I like crazy. I like a little excitement in my life. I like a little bit of drama.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. You remember the moments from that magical March.
Side Decker. It's a 3. Got it!
On June 26th, celebrate the squad with Made 'em Believe. A special night with Bo Ryan, Frank Kaminsky, and Sam Decker.
Here's Kaminsky. The drop stab. That's his favorite. And the 2.
Presented by Bud Light, Michelob Ultra, Potosi Varsity Ale, and Potosi Hard Seltzer. Tickets are on sale now at uwhoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe. June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my friends at Bank 5-9. Everywhere I go throughout the area, I see Bank 5-9, and it's no wonder why. Not only do they have 14 branch locations, but their employees spend nearly 9,000 hours each year volunteering in the communities that they serve. That's on top of the financial support that they provide to several hundred nonprofits right here in southeastern Wisconsin. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check them out today at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
Brewers and Padres action is coming at you June 6th through the 8th. Catch an electric weekend of baseball as 2 of the game's youngest superstars square off. The first Friday game of June means Wisconsinites can grab half-off tickets to the Brewers series opener on the 6th, then score one of the top giveaways of the season, a Jackson Churio replica jersey presented by Chevrolet for the first 25,000 ticketed fans through the gates June 7th. Get seats at Brewers.com.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a star-studded group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 6th through the 8th with an exciting team competition and a new tournament home at TPC Wisconsin. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Megan Maroney with special guest Clint Black on Friday, June 6th at Bree Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
BetterHelp recently surveyed more than 16,000 people and found that while 75% of people believe it is wise to seek support, only 27% of Americans are actually in therapy, and people stay silent to avoid being judged. BetterHelp has more than 10 years of experience matching you with the right therapist. We are all better with help. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout for 10% off your first month of therapy today. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
Hey, it's Brad Nortman, and I've got to tell you about my go-to car wash, Tsunami Express. Get your ride looking its best and ride the wave at Tsunami Express Car Wash, Milwaukee's fan favorite for that perfect shine. Sign up for a monthly membership and enjoy unlimited washes for less than $1 a day. Skip the wait with the fast lane and take advantage of great perks. With locations in Midtown Milwaukee, Waukesha, Greenfield, Oak Creek, and Mount Pleasant, Tsunami Express has you covered. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Visit TsunamiExpress.com to learn more.
They say seeing is believing. And when you check out what's waiting for you at American Place Casino, you'll definitely believe you'll love it. From thrilling gaming to top-notch service, we're changing the game. Come play all your favorites like blackjack, craps, roulette, and the latest slots. Catch a game at the sportsbook, enjoy great restaurants, bars, and more. If you're ready for excitement, exceptional service, and an experience you'll never forget, then we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, I'm Mike with Infinity Exteriors. Over 25,000 homes across Wisconsin were hit hard by this most recent storm. And like clockwork, out-of-town roofers are already flooding in and then disappearing the moment the job's done. Choose local. We live here, we work here, and we stand behind every roof we install. Since 1997, Infinity Exteriors has helped more than 30,000 homeowners protect their homes and their peace of mind with no hidden costs, no fine print, and no confusion. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Maybe we're just trying too hard, when really it's closer than it is too far. 'Cause I'm in too deep and
The Brewers walk it off in the 10th. Sal Frelick scores the run on a sac fly from Caleb Durbin.
All right, now Brew Crew.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman with Strofe running the show. UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776. A lot of Packers conversation today on the program.
Yeah. Go, Pack, go.
Nice added.
It's OTAs, you know?
I would love to talk Packers.
Here's the thing.
But I got to talk Brewers, man.
We have Brad, who we learned loves affirmation. Strofe takes the affirmation that Brad likes and uses it to reel him in.
Strofe, don't let that skinny frame confuse you.
You're, Kyle, the very same way as it comes to the Green Bay Packers. You came into the show prep and you said, I really want somebody to tweet something good about like a Packers defensive end so I feel better.
Yeah.
It's OTAs, dude. They're in shorts and a T-shirt. You can't learn anything.
Physicality.
No, I get it. I understand it's hard
and
to
also,
tell before you put
everyone,
pads on.
are you going to learn LVN look stronger?
No.
Rashawn Gary
I've got a third point, actually, and it actually has nothing to do with OTAs, let alone the validation that you are seeking from the defensive ends. And it would be the following. Kyle, if you need an OTA's tweet to fire you up for football season, you're clearly not as big of a Packer backer as you claim to be.
What are you talking about? Huh? Well, so you're telling me I'm not a Packer
I actually
backer.
had a different angle, Strofe. I was saying if he needs an OTA's tweet to affirm that somebody is doing something in OTAs to make him feel better about his team, then he actually doesn't have that much confidence in his own team.
No, that's well, no. This
not
is
a fan and no confidence.
No,
Brad is just over here
on the slander.
No, this is what
not
y'all
a fan and doesn't believe.
This is what you guys have to understand is that for me as a Packers fan, I'm a realistic Packers fan. I love my team, and I just want to know out of some of the young guys that we have on this roster, there's a position that's important, and it's the defensive line. And we did not address that with any premium picks. We did not address it in the offseason with free agency. So when I look at this, I need for the Green Bay Packers to have some young guy pop. That's what I'm looking for.
Welcome to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, 100.5 ESPN Madison, and goodbye to 100.5 ESPN Madison, who gets Jim, Matt, and Molly coming up next at 4 o'clock. On 100.5 ESPN.
Enjoy that haircut.
They missed an electric 2 hours.
Great show for us today on ESPN Madison.
Dude, electric. Hope you enjoyed the Brewers' walk-off victory. You got the Damn Sports Show in Beaver Dam coming up next, and we are right here on 94.5 ESPN and streaming on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. In 2 minutes, do not go anywhere.
You're gonna go to the record store. You're
Northbound 43 backing up onto the Marquette all the way to Keefe. Southbound heavy from just before Capitol Drive all the way down past Keefe, and then back on the brakes from Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Westbound 94, you're looking at delays from 25th Street all the way past Mitchell Boulevard. And check the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight. Mostly cloudy, isolated showers with a low of 50. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a slight chance for shower, a high of 68. Weather's brought to you by Tsunami Express Car Wash. Visit any of their 6 locations in the Milwaukee market today. Try your first wash free when you sign up online at tsunamiexpress.com. Wash, chill, repeat. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Potawatomi, where ways to win are endless. Another chance to capture epic cash and prizes comes Friday, June 27th. It's the season finale blockbuster drawings. Watch your entries from Enchanted Spins, Unreal Treasures, and Boundless Bounty come together for drawings where $300,000 in cash and prizes is there for the taking. Be there to win your share. June 27th only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 years old to play.
Men's wedding bands made from whiskey barrels and meteorites.
Welcome to Kessler's.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
It's the 414 hour at 4 on KBN.
That is Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust alongside Brad Nortman. Alex Strofe is running the show. Listen on the all-new ESPN Wisconsin app or check us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. Streaming live there. And, of course, on the Carbless Talking text line, you can always hit us 800-990-3776. Now, Brad, we're going back to you, which scares me. But I don't actually agree with where we're going to go here, which excites me. You feel like things make you feel a little bit more uneasy and you need some affirmation the more this goes longer with Giannis?
Yeah, you know, it's been weirdly quiet since, I don't know, the last couple weeks, right, with Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks. And to me, the longer this goes on without any sort of update, without any sort of post from Giannis, who's been pretty transparent on social media, very active on social media, the more I get concerned that there's actually something brewing. Because
disagree.
Okay, well, let me continue. It seems to me Giannis has been very transparent about, you know, where his state of his mind is. He had the salute and the prayer hands with the win for the Cream City, very cryptic. He's been very engaged, but nothing has been said necessarily about, I can't wait to come back to Milwaukee. I'm reaffirming my commitment to the city. And when it's quiet, quietness means there are things happening behind the scenes because you don't want to mess it up, right? Because if he were to engage somehow, then potentially he could be messing up a trade talks between the Bucks and partners. So the longer that this goes on, the longer that there is no sort of like commitment to Milwaukee, commitment to the Bucks, the more I think this is heading in a bad direction, because this is like in a relationship when things are already rocky and you're not having the conversation you need to have. You're not showing up in public together. There are certain things that you'd expect from one another when you're a little bit on the rocks that you're like, you know what? If they had these certain indications, then I would believe the relationship is good. But we don't see them together in public. They're not talking about one another. Things are oddly quiet. They're not having the conversation they need to have. I am concerned the longer this goes on in quietness, because the way the NBA works, it's quiet, 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 boom, the big trade hits the headline. So I do not want to see that happen. Be very concerned if it does. So yeah, the longer this goes on, the more I'm concerned.
The way that Brad was talking was almost if you think that the Bucks are already shopping around trying to figure out what's out there for him.
I don't know if they are, because they haven't given any level of commitment toward Giannis, and Giannis hasn't given it toward them.
The NBA draft is in less than a month. The longer it goes on, and I guarantee the Bucks would be foolish to be, without Giannis ever telling them, I'm not going to want to be here. If they were to be shopping around and that were to get back to Giannis, that would ultimately be them saying to Giannis, all right, well, we just lost you because we're shopping around behind your back.
We don't know what's going on. That's the problem.
But it would get back to Giannis.
I'm just saying. Without a lack of knowledge of where everything stands.
With the lack of anything going on, the longer it goes, the better it is. Because until he tells the Milwaukee Bucks that I don't want to be a Buck, they're not going to shop around. They're not going to get trade offers. They're not, because he will want to be involved in that process to make sure he goes to the place he wants to go. And I don't think it gets that far.
The conversation that Brad, I think, is really trying to talk about is why hasn't there been a resolution yet, right?
Why hasn't there been any sort of agreement publicly from both of them?
And Brad, I agree with you. I'm not concerned quite yet. I'm with Ben on the sense of there's still some time. Now, I promise you, if this isn't handled by the NBA draft, like by the time the NBA draft is approaching, the week of the NBA draft, when we get close to that Thursday night, I believe they still have it on, and Giannis still hasn't committed to Milwaukee, and Milwaukee hasn't committed to Giannis, then that's when I get a little nervous. Because if you get towards the NBA draft, that's when people are talking about trade scenarios and potential rumors. Because that's a whole nother month. The Bucks should get this situated by that time. Because the Bucks, when they go to the draft, they have, I think, one draft pick in the second round. They need to start thinking about what that roster is going to look like, and they need to be doing that evaluating of what they're going to do in free agency starting in June. Like at that point, that's when you start building out your roster or figuring out where you want to go, the direction, the guys you want to get. And so that's when my concern will start coming if the Bucks and Giannis still are having, this tap dance, or we don't know if he's going to be here. Because at a certain point, there needs to be something that comes out to say I'm committed. Like there has been enough. Like Giannis is under contract. He's a Milwaukee Buck if we don't trade him. But there has to be some type of comment or comes from the organization or comes from Giannis at some point that reaffirms their commitment to one another, because there's just been way too much noise, right? If there's noise, where there's smoke, there's fire. And clearly there's been a lot of smoke around Giannis. I, for one, do believe that Giannis is truly pondering what his future is, because if he wasn't pondering what his future is, somebody, Peter Fagan or somebody from the Bucks or somebody from Giannis' team would have came out and said, this is nonsense, this is silly, you're coming back. Even Bobby Portis couldn't say, oh yeah, Giannis is going to be back and we're just going to figure out how they're going to build around him. I want to come back and play with Giannis. Nobody knows. So I think there is something there where we should be nervous about where his mind frame is at, but don't get too, far gone, because they have into the draft. Once the draft comes, we should be nervous.
The way I look at it is Giannis is smart. He knows that this is the conversation in the NBA, right? You turn on ESPN, any basketball show, and they are talking about Giannis, even more so than the Eastern or Western Conference Finals. Giannis could squash this whole thing if he just had one Instagram post that says, can't wait to play for the Bucks
He's not
season.
ready, man.
But that's what concerns me. Like, what are we waiting for? Why isn't he committed? Is it the Bucks' fault? Is he actually thinking about leaving?
No,
that's what I'm concerned about.
I do think he's pondering his. Listen, the long NBA season, 82 games, that happens over a 9-month span, 8-month span. It's a lot of time, right? Let him recharge his batteries, have some time to relax, and then come back and really focus his mind on what needs to be done.
I think you might be more impatient about the silence than Giannis is about the silence.
Yeah, well,
affirmation boy over here.
I do. I need to be told.
Yeah,
Tell me you love me.
Yeah, you like me.
Yes, like
me, Giannis. Please stay.
Yeah, and I think the Bucks do like Giannis, and I think they're just letting Giannis have time to figure out where he wants to be at. I do believe there's truth to the fact that Giannis is thinking about what his life is going to be like. I mean, it's a big decision.
The more you think about, the grass being greener somewhere else, I feel like it's not a good place to be. I feel like there needs to be.
That's not true.
I'm not saying to rush his decision, but I do think that the longer it goes on, the more you think about it. Maybe you hear the national media. Maybe you think, what am I doing in Milwaukee? We can't win a championship over the next couple of years. So the longer this goes on without Giannis, saying, I'm a Buck, I think the more it looks like to me that he might go elsewhere.
800-990-3776. We go to the Carbless Talking text line. Tyrone in Milwaukee.
What's cracking like a legging, fellas? Welcome back, Kyle. What's up, Steve? What's up, Ben? What's up, Brad? And everybody in the studio. How are you, Milwaukee? Tyrone W. speaking. Yes. Am I coming through?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Tyrone?
Okay.
Claire.
Well, I'll tell you. Just give me about a minute and a half, and then I'll jump off. So don't disconnect me.
Tyrone,
tighten up
that's a
now,
long
Tyrone.
time, man.
All right. Well, listen. We have to. We have to make sure. First of all, let's keep him here. You got to make sure that the people that are here, they want to be here. Like, go through your G League and see who's really busting their butt to really make the, it's just like the Brewers minors pitching. You're getting better so you can make the major stage there in the G League. Who's busting their butt to get up here? We need some people in the post there. I mean, look at Carl Anthony Towns, Cat, in New York. I mean, he's almost, that's the kind of energy that you want.
Listen, that's the zestiest big man I've ever seen. He cold, though.
Right, but I mean, it's a young man's game, and this is what you got to do. If you can't do nothing in the draft, then you got to make sure that your G League is up to par to where if I bring you in, you've got to give me something. And that's just like the minor leagues in baseball. If I bring you up here, don't get up here and dish out a whole bunch of home runs and base hits and stuff like that. Otherwise, you'll be on the first boat out of here. I don't care where, but you'll be out of here. So this is what I'm saying. Keep your eyes, find out who wants to be here, get to that G League, and I guess, Brooke, I love you, but I need you to be down in the post doing things there. I don't need you, going 5 for 27 on the three.
Tyrone.
5 for 27.
Okay?
I love you. But
we'll talk more. I don't want to set the audio out the show, but
I love you.
Thanks, Tyrone.
I don't think Tyrone realizes the G League is not like minor league baseball. If you're in the G League as a rookie,
that was a whirlwind. How do we get from Carl Anthony Towns to the G League?
If John Horst said to Giannis, we're going to comb the G League to get our championship team together, Giannis would already post that he wants a trade.
Yeah, he would have to. That's your solution? That's it, huh?
Was crack-a-lagging.
I love
Oshkosh is going to be crack-a-lagging. I'll tell you what. Oshkosh.
I love Tyrone.
He's got the best energy.
Tyrone said, let me get 90 seconds. Let me get a minute and a half here. I said, dang, Tyrone.
He used them.
I'll tell you what. He's one of a few callers I'd let get away with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah, but what we say, I hate being tough on Tyrone. Tyrone, that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
It is.
How do you tell somebody who's way off that you like that they're way off? 800-990-3776.
Yeah, I just, Brooke in the post, huh? We're on 37-year-old Brooke back in the post. I mean, sure.
Brooke ain't going to be here.
He ain't going to be here. I'm not going to be here.
Gone.
Brooke is for sure gone.
Oh, no. See, this is John in Milwaukee. You can do it for us. John, you're up on the Carbless Talking text line.
Caller crime.
Be easy on him.
All right, so let me start with Tyrone. Much love, man. You bring great joy to this program, great joy to me personally, but you couldn't be more wrong-headed. These guys in the G League for a reason, and if your strategy is calling the G League for guys who want it, hey, look, I don't want guys who want it. I want guys who can actually ball. And those guys, hey, they're working hard, but they're not ready for prime time, and it's crazy to think that you're going to get a lot of guys there to complete your roster.
All right, yeah, he actually did it a very nice way. He told Tyrone it was a bad idea in a nice way, a lot nicer than I would have done it.
He gave him some love and said how great he is before
Bring
he
some
hit
joy
him.
to the program. You know, they'll build him up and break him down, and then build him back up on the back end.
Classic.
What is that? What does Brad do? The old
compliment sandwich.
The compliment sandwich.
Yes.
Classic.
Good compliment sandwich.
It's a very healthy way to express criticism.
You need to stop being a freaking hater.
No, just being honest. Very honest.
But you can do honesty with a little bit of love.
Yeah, but the Bucks, I'm curious to see what they do. I think yesterday Evan Cohen joined us and he talked about how the Bucks should rebuild their roster. And you look at the teams in the finals, right? Like a lot of these guys have one really good player and they just built guys around them, right? Most of these teams don't have two superstars. Even the Boston Celtics, yes, they have two really good players, but they had a really good roster. That's why they won the championship last year. And when Tatum went down, they were hurt. Right? You just need to have a full team, and the Milwaukee Bucks need to work to build a full team around him. Tyrese Halliburton right now, he has no.
Can you make a promise to me that it's been 2 years in a row that the midseason trades have gotten you all excited that the person that's going to come in and going to change the franchise.
What's crack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lack? Kyle Kuzma.
Pat Beverly and Kyle Kuzma made you feel like the Bucks were going to be champions.
Yeah, I mean, the Bucks had a strategy.
What's crack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lack?
And you should have a banking strategy if you're in the world. Am I right, Brad?
Oh, that's exactly right. And that strategy should be to turn to Bank 5-9. Bank 5-9, they're everywhere across southeastern Wisconsin, and they're expanding quickly to your area. So if you look around, you're going to see that Bank 5-9. And that 5-9 stands for 1859. You do something for that long, you've been in business for that long, you know you're doing something right. 14 branch locations. And here's the thing, making lives better. That's their mission statement. That is their focus, and they're going to make your financial life better. Because whatever it is, checking, savings, loans, CDs, deposits, whatever it is that touches your financial life, Bank 5-9 will make it better. But they don't just stop there. They go even deeper into the communities to make the lives better of their community. Over 9,000, think about that, 9,000 hours of volunteering in the local community, and several hundred nonprofits supported right here in southeastern Wisconsin. So you know, when you work with them from a financial standpoint, you can know they're also improving Wisconsin from a well-being standpoint. Employees, always satisfaction off the charts. Bank 5-9, they're just killing it in every sense. That's what you're going to get when you work with a true local bank like Bank 5-9, who's making lives better of everyone they interact with. Figure out how they can make your life better at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
Brad Nortman, expecting father, has the worst brain in the world. You have the easiest decision in front of you if you make it so hard. And I need KBN Nation to help him see that next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
I'm not Mr. Education. I think that's very clear.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not anti-education. I'm not very educated. And is that fair?
That's fair.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We got backups along southbound 41, starting at Appleton Avenue, all the way down through the Capitol Drive area to Burleigh. Northbound's backing up from just before Watertown Plank Road all the way up to Silver Spring. And then the ball game is letting out, so we've got delays through on 94. Westbound from 20th Street to Hawley Road, eastbound from 84th to 35th. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, isolated showers, a low of 50. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a slight chance for a shower, a high of 68. Weather's brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The 2015 Wisconsin men's hoops team gave us all a march to remember.
There will be no undefeated champion on Wisconsin with an unbelievable stretch drive to the championship game.
On June 26th, enjoy an intimate celebration with the stars of the run with Made 'em Believe. Presented by M3 Insurance. World-class expertise and individual attention. Tickets are on sale now at uwhoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe, June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
Brewers and Padres action is coming at you June 6th through the 8th. Catch an electric weekend of baseball as two of the game's youngest superstars square off. The first Friday game of June means Wisconsinites can grab half-off tickets to the Brewers series opener on the 6th, then score one of the top giveaways of the season, a Jackson Churio replica jersey presented by Chevrolet for the first 25,000 ticketed fans through the gates June 7th. Get seats at Brewers.com.
Born in the heart of the earth, natural diamonds rise up like the notes of a song from the throat of Mother Nature.
Rick, that was positively poetic. Mother Nature sings diamonds. Sarah, wow, you can sing.
Born in the heart of a plasma chamber, created diamonds fall softly like snowflakes from the heart of a star.
A star that shines like true love.
Natural diamonds are earthborn.
Created diamonds are starborn.
Kessler's has the largest selection of natural diamonds in the state of Wisconsin. All the different sizes, all the fancy shapes.
Give her a fancy diamond. We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
Bigger, brighter natural diamonds.
And financing that makes anything possible.
Kessler's is the largest employee-owned jewelry company in America.
Which means we can do anything we want to do.
For you.
Mother Nature sings diamonds.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
They say seeing is believing. And when you check out what's waiting for you at American Place Casino, you'll definitely believe you'll love it. From thrilling gaming to top-notch service, we're changing the game. Come play all your favorites like blackjack, craps, roulette, and the latest slots. Catch a game at the sportsbook, enjoy great restaurants, bars, and more. If you're ready for excitement, exceptional service, and an experience you'll never forget, then we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Brad Nortman, and I've got to tell you about my go-to car wash, Tsunami Express. Get your ride looking its best and ride the wave at Tsunami Express Car Wash, Milwaukee's fan favorite for that perfect shine. Sign up for a monthly membership and enjoy unlimited washes for less than $1 a day. Skip the wait with the fast lane and take advantage of great perks. With locations in Midtown Milwaukee, Waukesha, Greenfield, Oak Creek, and Mount Pleasant, Tsunami Express has you covered. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Visit TsunamiExpress.com to learn more.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
KBN Nation, May is officially to kick off the home improvement season. And guess what? I know it's a little rainy today, but we know that weather is starting to finally turn. And now is the time to tackle those big projects you've been putting off. Whether it's drafty old windows or worn out front door, Universal Windows Direct has the ultimate offer to get your home ready for the summer and beyond. Right now, during their home improvement season sale, you'll get an incredible 50% off your windows. Yes, half off your windows. You heard that right. You can upgrade your home with beautiful, energy-efficient windows for half the cost. But it gets even better. For a limited time, you'll get no interest and no payments for 12 months. That's a whole year to enjoy your new windows before you pay a single penny. And guess what? Here's the cherry on top. You'll receive a free entry door with your window purchase. Yes, a free entry door with your window purchase. Don't wait. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate today. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Expecting father Brad Nortman.
Cool.
I'm Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace. Strofe is cooling Brad for being an expecting father.
Cool. Cool.
800-990-3776. What would you do if you were Brad Nortman? Brad, time is yours.
Here's the predicament. So, First Lady of the Nortman Estate, Lexi, is signing us up for birthing classes. So I don't know what they're going to teach us beyond like, push and Brad stand there and help, whatever that means.
No. Don't help.
How can I help?
Like,
baby, you got it.
Support.
Grab the head, the crown.
No, I'm not grabbing it.
You get a leg.
I actually grabbed part of it.
I had a whole leg.
Before your daughter,
fine.
Before your daughter was fully out, you grabbed part of the to help bring it out.
Oh no! I had my fiance's leg.
I was gonna say, dang, you grabbed.
I was like, damn.
You see a leg and you start pull that thing.
No. Hell no.
You explained that very poorly.
Probably.
I bet you was like, look, that's slimy.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so we're doing birthing classes, right? In our advance for Lexi having her first baby, our first baby together. So here's the predicament. It's happening. So cool. Here are our options. It's either 4 Wednesday nights from 6:30 to 9.
Damn. What?
4 Wednesdays.
Yep. Or, my thought exactly. It's like 12 hours or 10
what
hours.
Are you getting trained on?
Exactly. What more is there than push? And then, or it's 6 to 9 on Friday night, one Friday night, and then 8:30 to 4:30 a full Saturday. Those are the two options. So
they got a break for lunch in there?
I don't know if you just work right through, if you eat lunch as you go. So I'm a little torn. Here's why. 4 Wednesdays, that feels like a big commitment.
Which one do you want?
I kind of want the weekend.
Do the weekend.
Which one does Lexi want?
She wants the Wednesdays.
No, you got.
She wants the Wednesdays.
Well, I mean, you don't really have a choice.
No, you put your foot down with this, buddy.
He ain't carrying the baby.
No, listen. I know she ain't carrying the baby, but listen. One Friday night and a Saturday, I promise you, I had a class like that. It was like 3 Saturdays. I was like, all I had to do is give 3 Saturdays in the span of 12 weeks. It was the best thing I ever did. Get it out the way, Bradley. You will be so happy because by the time you look up, you be like, oh snap, it's 3:30. We're almost done.
What if I add one wrinkle to that?
What's the wrinkle?
The Friday, Saturday that it's on, that Saturday is our wedding anniversary.
Oh, who cares?
What better way to celebrate your wedding anniversary than preparing for baby Nortman? And then you go get dinner if you want after.
That's a long day, though.
Who cares? It's Brad. I'm being so honest.
Do you know how annoying it would be to go there 4 different times?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, okay,
what's her pitch?
That's a long time over the course of a full Friday night, and things happen. This is a summer weekend now, so it's a Friday summer weekend and all day Saturday that we will likely just bow out on Saturday night because we'll be so tired from all that birthing class. So you're sacrificing one full weekend.
Brad, you're gonna be so tired.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be exhausted.
Is this required by your wife or like the United States?
This is
my wife. Yeah,
family.
This is an optional course.
No.
This is optional.
What is there to know?
I'm going to find out.
He doesn't know. Kyle doesn't know, and I don't know.
She just.
I think we're going to put it through insurance.
Oh,
potentially. We have pretty good insurance.
Oh,
NFL insurance.
I don't know if I have to pay for this.
I would assume
we are still in the NFL.
I don't believe. I don't know.
Do I have to pay for this?
I'm pretty sure
Why
birthing classes are
I don't
free.
have a child.
I don't think. In the American healthcare system, I love it, but I don't think birthing classes is something that'd be covered by insurance. I don't see insurance companies raising their hands and say, "Yeah, go ahead and take this optional birthing class that we're going to cover."
And it's 10 hours. That's a long time.
So your wife wants to do this. Is ultimately how we got here.
Yes.
Sounds like it's 10 hours
you
to make it worth
the hospital. I don't know.
I didn't
Why
tour the
tour the
hospital.
hospital?
So you can see, here's where you're going to be pushing. Here's where
Why do you need to see this?
Brad can go to the vending machine.
Do that during an ultrasound.
No, where you get
no, that
you don't get an ultrasound at the same place you give birth.
Can you tell how many kids I have?
Man, but even without a kid, I didn't think I would go to the hospital, the emergency room, to get an ultrasound, check on the baby. You go to a doctor's office.
All right. The cost
it
of
the
childbirth classes can vary widely depending on the provider, location, and duration of class. Childbirth class fees may be anywhere from $50 to $200, while a series of classes can range from $100 to $500.
$500.
Yeah, sounds like I know y'all got expensive taste, so you looking at about $500.
Dude, that's good.
You with me, Brad?
Boy, that's a shock. Because think about what you can do with that $500.
Boy,
are we all in agreement that the weekend's better?
Yes. 100%.
But here's the thing. You ain't going to win this battle. If we learn anything about you, you're doing the class. She's picking the day you're doing it. You're not going to put your foot down.
Brad.
She's pregnant. You're going to lose this battle. Don't listen to Kyle. He doesn't have a pregnant wife.
I don't have a pregnant wife, but I'm telling you this. I love the relationship you and Lexi have. I do. I adore but at certain times, they can't win every battle. I know she's pregnant, and
this is the time to put my foot down.
Listen,
I know you're pregnant,
Brad.
But darn it, my
Brad.
summer.
By the time you get to that third
this supposed to be the summer of Brad.
In the summer, the third Wednesday night is gonna be, oh my gosh, I gotta sit through this again.
What happens if you don't? What happens if you skip one of them? You just waste money.
Yeah, well, then you are left a void of whatever information they would convey to you.
I just want to go ahead and project the different lifestyles you and I have for a moment. Okay? You're looking at Wednesday nights to go learn how to give birth, or your wife learns how to give birth.
I'm trying to still find new bags, partner.
Last summer, I spent 12 Wednesdays playing bags at a local bar
and getting wiped the floor with.
You got last place, 14th.
There's 12.
So that is crazy. That's a weird.
Yeah, we're not playing this year. We didn't sign up.
Really?
I wonder why.
You bowed out?
Well, my girlfriend's
Guys, that should have been a
changed.
sign when he couldn't even get like. I know he was with his girlfriend.
Tried to blame her too.
Tried to blame her. Like, we all know.
Well, if she's bad, you're
horrible.
No, I was good.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You
You're
can't-
not good
you
at
can't
anything
be good.
athletically.
If they had an all-star team of that Bags League, I would have been on it.
Strofe,
I'm
no.
dead serious when I say
No,
that.
No,
you
that's
can't
only
finish
only if
last
they did it like
and be an
baseball, where they
all-star.
take one from every team.
No.
Yes.
No.
Strofe.
Kyle.
I have never heard anybody say, "Oh my gosh, Strofe is good at this athletically." Like I've never. You played pickleball before. Nobody came up saying, "I want Strofe on my team."
Yeah, you got to play Strofe.
If you're that good, you should be able to put the team on your shoulder
And
to
win
at
a
least
game.
be 10.
And not be the last seed.
I don't think you realized how close we came last year. This happened a year ago. Why are we talking about this?
How close we came last year to what?
because we've learned
how different our lives are.
We've
It is
learned
crazy.
that you got
It is
12th
crazy.
place out of 12 in a bar league for bags. We've seen you run the 3-cone combine drill slower than anybody in the world who's done it.
And
We've seen you do an imaginary first pitch on video in which your right leg didn't move beyond your body.
And
And
we've seen him celebrating a run.
Happiness.
Yeah, and I didn't want to say nothing. I showed it to baby girl. I said, "Baby, look, I'm gonna leave him alone because he dropped me off. But look," and then TC said something. I just was like, "Yeah, something wrong with it. It's okay. He got a heart condition. He got a pig heart.
Pig heart.
That's what pig hearts do to you."
So how are we supposed to believe that you were supposed to be on the
Can you imagine
the imaginary all-star team of the 12-team Bags League Bar League?
Show us on stream how you threw the bag.
Yeah, come on now.
I want to see your girl ain't got no video. Your girl ain't got no video. Look at my man throwing that bag. She ain't got nothing.
He
no
should be
video.
on the
I could
all-star
text her if you
team.
want.
She ain't got no video because she was like, "This is pathetic. This is what I'm marrying, huh?" But Strofe,
Oh, I think she knew at that point?
Yes.
That would have been 6 months into dating.
he said
He
yes.
said yes.
Yeah.
Confidently, I said yes.
Wow. Look at that.
I think she knew day one of dating.
Look at that.
Come
I
on.
like the
I knew.
confidence.
You knew day one. You knew on your first date.
I fell in love so hard. That's not even a joke. We've called me some words. I don't think we can say, but I fall quicker.
What words?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, I thought we couldn't say that.
No, we decided we talked about it.
okay.
You're
yeah.
a simp.
Okay, yes. Kyle's called me a simp on many occasions.
Yeah.
I'm a simp.
You're a confident simp, though. That's what I like about you.
You're self-aware.
No, he is, because I like the fact that, listen, he has a lot of things not going for him. He could use that
she's
to hold
fine,
him back.
if she's
you're gonna go.
fine,
You
she
got a
makes
lot
you
of things
laugh,
not
what
going
else
for
do
you.
need?
No.
You're not athletic.
Listen,
You're not doing this. You're not doing that.
There's a lot
but
of
you're
negatives.
confident.
But we can all agree I way outkicked my coverage, so I knew right away.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Mm-hmm. Good for you, Strofe.
Confident simp.
And Brad, Friday, Saturday.
Saturday.
Get it out the way because I'm telling you, that's one long day. But this is the problem. Brad ain't never had a full work day in his damn life.
I did when I worked in finance.
Oh, that's right. You did, and you hated it. That's
Couple
probably why
years.
that 8 to 4:30 a full day. It's like, I don't know.
Tsunami Express Car Wash, please.
I would love to tell you about Tsunami Express Car Wash just because it's the summertime and there is no better time to make sure that your car is glistening in that summer sun. That's what you're going to get from Tsunami Express Car Wash. That's because they have state-of-the-art wash technology. They're going to give you that long-lasting shine and protection. I'm telling you, when you go through the car wash, you can even perceive it. You can even smell the soap. You're like, you know what? This is a next level of clean that only Tsunami Express can give you. Not only that, not only the outside wash, but the inside wash. Free vacuums, matte washers, detailing supplies, tire air, all complimentary. And here's the best part. If you want to be like me, you can be a ceramic member, a monthly member that you can go as many times as you want. Because you might be driving, get bugs on the windshield right after the car wash. You might want to be able to go back day after day after day. That's exactly what monthly memberships can give you. One low monthly price, fast lane access, and daily washes. You pay for it after 2 washes, just like that. It's the best way to get your washes, get your unlimited washes for a low monthly price. And there's Tsunami Express car washes all across Greater Milwaukee. So there's one by you. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat with Tsunami Express.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman with Homer, scheduled to appear a little later. It's the 414 Hour 4 next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Thing has ever happened to you from a breakup?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, no.
I don't want to talk about it.
You brought it, so I had to ask.
I ain't gonna put my old shorties on blast. But
why not? They're old shorties. They're old shorties.
My parents listen to this show. I don't want my parents to know the craziness that I've dealt with that they son been a part of.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We got a heavy ride along 41 southbound from Highway 145 all the way down past Capitol Drive. On the northbound side, slowing down just before Mayfair Road all the way up to Silver Spring. We've also got delays southbound 43 from Keefe down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge to the KK River. Northbound is backed up out of the Marquette all the way up to Keefe. Eastbound 94 riders, you'll see delays from before 84th Street to 35th. Westbound solid out of the Marquette all the way out to the county line. Traffic is brought to you by Racine Danish Kringles. Order Dad Kringle for Father's Day at Kringle.com. Have it shipped right to Dad. Kringle.com. Racine Danish Kringles. Not just a treat, it's a tradition. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy, isolated showers, a low of 50. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a slight chance for a shower, a high of 68. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family-owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Kevin Moret for Mentality. Men, you're being robbed of your potential. Research shows a shocking 1% annual decline in testosterone levels. That's why building muscle feels impossible and your confidence is at an all-time low. But here's the truth. You're not alone in this uphill battle. Mentality's physician-directed, FDA-approved treatment doesn't just level the playing field. It restores your body's powerful balance. Our patients experience a documented 30% increase in their testosterone levels. Stop struggling and turn this around. Defy the odds and reclaim your masculine edge at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Check out the Princeton Club for your better tomorrow. No goal is too big or too small, but also enjoy that wonderful outdoor pool, with a bar. So if you want to get together with other members of the club who are also bettering themselves, they also have some fun, too. It's part of life. And that's where they provide a community for you to get better and to have fun. You go over there with my daughter, with my fiance before we get married, have the free childcare, have a workout, have it all. All at the Princeton Club of New Berlin. Check it out. Jair Alexander is going to be a situation that I think, unlike Giannis, will be figured out probably sooner rather than later.
Yeah, you got to run him that check.
If he's on the field.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I wonder if he has a bonus for showing up. If he does, I'm like, hey, I'm here. I mean, that money.
Yeah.
And so we heard earlier in the show Xavier McKinney talk about how, he's rooting for him. He understands the situation of what he's dealing with. But at this point, I'm not going to lie. I think the Packers are going to figure it out because they have to figure it out because you don't want to let him walk at this point because I think you realize you still need talent. You need talent. And Jair is talented. And it might suck. You might not. I don't know. They'll figure out a way to make it work. Whether it's going to be, I'm sure ideally they wanted to pay him a base of $6 and $10 million in incentives. Whatever it is. If you got to split the difference, split the difference. Or if you got to go a little bit further, go a little bit further. Restructure it, but don't try and win the deal at this point because you need talent. And what are you going to do? Cut him? You're not going to trade him. Nobody wants him or you don't want the capital you're going to get back for him. So let's just all figure out a way to make it work. His teammates will embrace him back. He makes the defense better. He's got something to play for too. The next contract that likely won't be the Green Bay Packers. So it's all coming to sing Kumbaya now.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like the Packers had leverage before the draft. But they sort of painted themselves into a corner when they just didn't draft anybody. And then any free agent you'd likely get is now gone. So now you're stuck with having a pretty average room, maybe slightly above average if you're the cornerback room of the Green Bay Packers. Or you bring back Jair Alexander, and average goes from average to maybe great, at least good to great.
When on the field.
On the field. When on the field, when healthy. Very important distinction. So now I feel like it's swung to Jair having a little bit of control because if the Packers want to truly put together a contending team with a quality defense, Jair has got to be included in that, or at least another quality body, and he represents that. There's nowhere else to find it.
Yeah, and that's my biggest argument is I don't understand. You just said it, Brad. You played in the NFL, and you know what quality talent looks like. You've seen it up in center, right? You've been front and center. You played with Peanut Tillman as a corner. You played with Josh Norman, both guys that are very, very good.
Jalen Ramsey.
So you played with guys, Hall of Fame, future Hall of Fame type guys. And so when you think about this Packers football team, defensively, Jair makes them better. And when he's on the field, this team is better with Jair. So that's why I don't understand all the back and forth. The Green Bay Packers need to understand, yes, it's negotiating. I hope they're working with the thought in mind that, listen, we know we're not going to pay him, I believe, the $16 or $17.5 million, whatever they owe him. We're not going to have to pay him that, but we're going to come down that contract and make him earn it. But don't be ridiculous, right? Don't be if you gotta pay just a little bit more, do it, Green Bay. Do it, because at the end of the day, if he earns all his money back, that means the Green Bay Packers defense is probably better. And the Green Bay Packers defense is probably better. That means you're playing maybe deep into the playoffs, which means you have a chance to compete for championships, which is the reason why we do this. So I don't like all this back and forth. Just get it done. Get it figured out, and let's move on, and let's bring Jair back, and let's get ready for a good 2025 season.
Phil in Cedarburg, you feel a different way. I feel like John on the Talking Text line does as well. We welcome you into the Carbless Talking Text line on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Thank you, kind sir. Yeah, I don't know in what universe or galaxy we think Jair Alexander is going to be healthy and contribute. The guy is getting old. He's got a little man's body that just can't take the punishment anymore. He's a tiny man. He can't tackle anymore. He's not going to make any difference on this team whatsoever. This is all just kind of like nonsense. We're thinking of Jair from like 3-4 years ago. He's not Jair from 3-4 years ago. He's a beaten up old guy who can't barely play anymore. It's meaningless. The whole thing is meaningless.
So wait, are you saying that Jair Alexander, when he played last year, he didn't make any impact, Phil?
I felt like he made no impact. Do you guys feel that way?
I think first game of the season, if I'm not mistaken, he had a pretty big impact.
It was one play.
Takes away a stud.
Jair Alexander, I know one game, A.J. Brown had one big play in that game. Other than that, A.J. Brown was pretty silent. And no, I think Jair Alexander makes a definite impact and made an impact for this football team.
He's not a great tackler, but he can be a shadow to a number one wide receiver. He can still cover very well.
We didn't complain about him on the
Here's
field
the thing,
last
is I
year.
see where Phil is coming from, and John says cut him, nobody wants him, he only plays half the games. But here's the thing. If you have the guys in the room you have now, and you're able to come to a place where you're paying him, but it's not like again, what do you care? What does Phil and John care if they sign Jair Alexander with money that they have, and he's on the team, and if he plays and is healthy, he usually does contribute in a positive way. What do we care what the money is to Jair? You know what I mean? Sometimes we get so stuck on the money and paying people when really you need to make sure you have talent on the roster. Because otherwise, you're going to be complaining. The same people are complaining that we don't have talent. You're going to be complaining at the end of the year you need more talent.
And this is what I'm talking. You already allocated for the money to be spent. Like, it was already planned to be spent. And the only reason you're trying to recoup some of that cash is because he hasn't been on the field. You don't feel like he's living up to the contract. And I'm looking up stats here. Jair Alexander, through the first 9 games last year, had 2 interceptions, allowed 2 touchdowns in coverage, and had a solid overall coverage grade according to Pro Football Focus. So the guy had a good year last year when he was healthy for the Green Bay Packers. And again, y'all worried about the wrong things. And that's what upsets me. When I hear fans talk about, cut him because he doesn't play. Okay, yeah, he has not been healthy. I get that. But cutting him does what for this football team? How does that make the Packers better? I'm serious. Are the Packers better off with 9, 10 games of Jair or 0 games of Jair?
9 or 10 for my
Especially if they're willing to play ball together to get it
figured out, and let's hope
in a better spot.
Let's hope he plays, and if he doesn't, okay, well, it is what it is. But I'm not concerned about the dollars. We ain't spending those dollars nowhere else, buddy.
Brian in Lake Mills, you may be on the more positive side of things. Not that Phil and John were negative, but you're up on the Carpless Talking text line.
Yeah, the caller saying Jair has no impact. It's just he just doesn't like Jair anymore, and it's easy to see that because of the injury history. But Jair for 3/4 of the year, if we can get him there, is better than nothing. And with the health of players these days, you usually aren't getting someone to play every single game out of the year. Now the contract status, what's probably happening is Jair's camp doesn't want to go down too far to where the Packers are probably saying, well, past 2 years, he's gotten a lot of money, and we've gotten very, very little in return. So let's start at our point of lower rates or lower money with more incentives, and Jair's camp probably doesn't want that. So both sides are going to have to give a little bit, but having 3/4 of a year of Jair is better than nothing.
I am with you, Brian. Chef Ed says Phil is delusional.
Hey, Chef Ed's back.
Chef Ed, thanks for listening.
28 is not an old man. We need him on the field.
Chef Ed, welcome back, man. I thought he
did a KBN strike for a minute.
Yeah, well, that was glad we cut a
KBN strike. That's a
I'm
pretty good way
glad
to
we
put
cut
it.
a deal quickly to bring our favorite guy back. One of our favorites.
We need him. We need him to start with KBN Nation.
Yeah, well, I'm glad he's back. And you read his text.
Am I the Goody in this scenario of bringing Chef Ed back? Because I've been recruiting him for a few weeks.
You've been recruiting Chef Ed?
Wait, didn't he leave last week?
He left 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
But I thought he never took a strike on Sunday Karma nor Mr. Irrelevant.
Oh.
So I've just been kind of loosening him up a little bit. But
Well, I'm glad to have
better
you
than
back.
ever.
Chef Ed, I'm glad to have you back. Don't you ever leave
Oh,
me
now
again.
John's calling, and we'll take him with Homer on the other side. 800-990-3776. More next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
And make sure everyone's tuning in when we do this, because y'all's faces are going to be like,
it better be sweet.
If you think I'm going to act like that for oatmeal, you're outside your damn
You've never
mind.
had Brad Nortman's oatmeal.
It's not
Yeah, but
Quaker,
I've also
is
had
it?
chocolate chip pancakes with butter
organic.
and syrup that make me go, oh, baby, oatmeal ain't going to do that.
You'll be surprised. I'm going to do a variety.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Your chance to spend an afternoon on the links with ESPN Milwaukee is just a tap away. The 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open happens July 15th at the Ball Golf Course, and we're inviting a lucky ESPN Milwaukee fan and 3 guests. Hang out with your favorite ESPN Milwaukee hosts, play around at one of Wisconsin's most popular courses, and enjoy food and drinks throughout the day. Open up the contest tab in the ESPN Wisconsin app and register for your chance to win this fan foursome with ESPN Milwaukee.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
There's only one store that gives you every possible choice in diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh for Universal Windows Direct. May is officially the kickoff to home improvement season, and now is the time to tackle those big projects you've been putting off. Right now, during the home improvement season sale, you'll get an incredible 50% off your windows. But it gets even better. For a limited time, you'll get no interest and no payments for 12 months, and you'll receive a free entry door with your window purchase. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate today.
Tailgate season, company victory party, don't let your event fall short. V Private Bar Services delivers the winning play with expertise. We're talking custom cocktails, top shelf service, and an atmosphere that'll have your team pumped. Forget the watered down beer and basic mixers. Get the VIP treatment for your corporate events with bartenders who know the perfect pour. V Private Bar Services, where elevated hospitality runs through our veins. Explore vprivatebar.com and leave the mixing to us.
The Bud Pavilion's free concert series Wednesday Night Live takes over State Fair Park this Wednesday with Rebel Grace. Gates open Wednesday night at 6. Live music starts at 7. Epic bands, unforgettable nights. Enjoy Rebel Grace this Wednesday at the Bud Pavilion.
Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a must-play every golf season. Wild Rock Golf features championship golf in the heart of Wisconsin. Wild Rock, a Herdston Fry masterpiece that's cut from the natural beauty of the Wisconsin Dells and offers stunning views from elevated tee boxes. Wild Rock presents spectacular greens that roll fast and true. Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a unique gem that offers a challenge to avid golfers of all abilities. Book your tee time today for this must-play at wildrockgolf.com, wildrockgolf.com.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments, Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. Go behind the scenes of the Emmy-nominated Giannis documentary. Get the real story of the blockbuster trade for Damian Lillard. Hear the origin of Bucks in 6. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Hey, I'm Mike with Infinity Exteriors. Over 25,000 homes across Wisconsin were hit hard by this most recent storm. And like clockwork, out-of-town roofers are already flooding in and then disappearing the moment the job's done. Choose local. We live here, we work here, and we stand behind every roof we install. Since 1997, Infinity Exteriors has helped more than 30,000 homeowners protect their homes and their peace of mind with no hidden costs, no fine print, and no confusion. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Radio legend.
I don't care. I wanted to talk to Brent Musburger. That was for my own personal benefit. I hope other people enjoyed it, but I wish I was Brent Musburger. How about that?
Voice of Marquette basketball.
Joplin to the basket.
Oh, wow.
He dumps it. Hammer time.
And owner of the most famous catchphrase, at least in this building.
Oh, baby, that's sweet.
It's time for Uncle Homer on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Brought to you by Higher Love Cannabis Company. Less than an hour from Green Bay and just over 2 from Milwaukee. Find your higher love at findhigherlove.com/CBD.
Oh, before we get to Homer, I gotta tell you about my friends at 3 Tree Marketing, because your company, it's all about telling a story. That's what branding is. It's what marketing is. And they are experts in their field of merchandising marketing, whether it be specialized gifting, onboarding kits, or welcoming new teammates or business partners. Whenever you put your logo, your insignia on anything physical you can touch, feel, experience, 3 Tree Marketing knows exactly how to tell your story, and they're going to knock it out of the park every time. Whenever we use 3 Tree, oh boy, do we get our message across, and our brand is furthered in the eyes of everyone that we come in contact of. 3 Tree Marketing thinks outside the box. They're going to showcase what your brand is all about and become an extension of your team. So see what 3 Tree Marketing can do for you and your company. Set an appointment today at 3treemarketing.com.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman leading into the Homer Hour, 800-990-3776, the Carbless talking text line. John, thanks for holding. You got Homer with you as well. Why are you so against Jair Alexander being back?
Because he only plays half the games, and how he hangs them out to dry when, I'm going to go, and then he doesn't go. I feel that if there's a top receiver on the other team, he doesn't go because he doesn't want to be exposed. But I know you all want him, and Kyle wants to pay him more.
John, now you're just making stuff up. Now you're just making stuff up.
You want to pay him more. So what is success then? If they sign him, how many games does he have to play for it to be worth it?
It depends on what the contract is, John. I think we're all in agreement that we're not just going to pay him what he's owed. There has to be a restructure so he gets a base salary, and then it's incentive based on how many games he plays. And I think it's fair to say when the majority of the time when Jair has played in the football game, the Green Bay Packers are a better team because of it. And so, again,
when have you ever seen Jair back down from somebody?
There is some evidence to the fact that I don't think
not
he's
tackling or going one-on-one with people. He was mad at Joe.
Whoa. Tackling, number one, since he got injured. That has changed.
Absolutely. No, I said not tackling, not coverage-wise.
I don't think he's ever gone against the Detroit Lions in the last 5 games against them.
It's not because he's scared of Amon-Ra St. Brown. He was mad. Remember what he was like, dog, what are you doing, Joe Barry? Let me follow.
Yeah, that was 3 years ago.
Yeah, but Justin Jefferson he's a tier above Amon-Ra.
Yeah, and he locked him down.
After he got smoked.
He was grittying and showing him I'm locking him down.
He's not the same player that he was then, though. That is the truth.
Did he run from AJ Brown last year?
Oh, he was chasing him.
I mean, he chased him one time. Other than that, he locked him
it was
down.
kind of a big play.
It was a big play. But I just this whole thought, dude, we're asking Jair Alexander to play through injuries. I get it. He attempted to. He could not make it through, and he had to have PCL surgery. So what are we talking about?
Homer, for or against having Jair on the team?
I'm for it, but I understand both parties. And the fact is the coaching staff believe he quit on him, and they just won't say so publicly. That's what's really going on. They feel like he could have played, he didn't, or whatever. And they have to resolve that. Now, maybe the defense coordinator feels differently, but I think the best-kept secret is they thought he quit on him.
100% they thought he quit him because they thought he could because they didn't put him on the IR initially because they allowed for him to because they would have put him on
because the doctors all said he can play.
He probably can play. He probably
sounds like a miscommunication, though, doesn't it? I mean, it doesn't sound like he's a guy that's very good at communicating.
You know, guys think a guy who's not playing.
But that's
he can play and he's not playing. Dude, you're important. We need you.
But that's the thing.
Docs say you can play. You're not playing.
It's hard for me to wrap my head around a guy who's willingly just not playing. I don't think I've ever experienced that. A guy who just who physically can play.
No, but you've addressed players who have injuries and the difference of opinion about those injuries.
Yeah, there's difference of opinion.
And you could give a list of players if you wanted to that they're playing even if they only got one leg, and other guys that
he ain't that.
Yeah,
listen,
that's true.
He's not that guy. He's not. He's not the guy. He says I'm not risking my body, and this is what we have to. Y'all think that this is a gladiator sport? We sitting here talking about a guy going out there playing with a PCL injury, which he had to have a knee scope for. He had surgery, so it's not like they just went in there and just played around in there. They had to fix something. So he had to make a decision. For my health, for my body, how much do I want to sacrifice? Do I want to be limping at 45? Do I want to struggle to bend over at 45? Do I not want to be able to reach up at 45? And so we're sitting here mad that somebody decided to choose his body and his health. Meanwhile, some of y'all can't get out of bed.
I'm telling you what the coaches think or something.
It's a little
this
different.
Isn't us. We don't count.
I'd be happy to not get out of bed if I had a little bit more money.
But this thing is,
you'd want to get out of bed.
He's. I'm just saying.
Homer's right. There are some guys who are like, I'm going to play.
Risk it all.
I don't care what you tell me. Shoot me up with whatever you need to shoot me up with. I'm going to play. There are other guys who are like, I don't feel 80%. I feel 60%. So I probably won't play. So they're still injured. They still have pain. They probably aren't their best selves. But yeah, you are cut from one of two cloths. So, and Jair's clearly not the first guy. He's clearly not the I'm going to play guy. But that's okay. If you have a guy that's good enough and then he's around enough, you can make that better. But I mean, you're right. You're right in that.
Back to more important things. You going to your birthing class.
Yeah, but do you suggest?
I've lived it. whatever the mother says.
So even the time, though?
I don't care if it's 24 days, 24 hours of every day.
Oh, wow.
She's having a kid. Now, she might change on
tried
the
telling
fourth
Kyle
kid.
that,
I know, you did. You were very nice about it.
Yeah, I'm glad
There's
you
no
came in.
calm. Then done. Now, as I remember it, is a total utter waste of time. I'm the dog. She might as well have taken the family dog, and we didn't have a dog. She might have. There's nothing of no value, of no interest, nothing. Total 100%
So you're
waste
saying
of
it's a
time.
scam?
No, it's not a scam.
So I'm gonna waste
Whatever
time.
makes your mother feel comfortable with you being there. If she would have wanted me to be there next to her naked,